I mean, I know that we've had a lot of people waiting for us in our starting screen. You know that was actually recently brought up? Like, I watched a 20-minute video about should people have starting screens or not? And the consensus was, no, you shouldn't, unless you're telling a story.
Ooh.
Well, or you're a huge streamer. But little streamers who have little streamers who have a starting screen that lasts for a long period of time will find that people will show up and then just leave,
Right,
right
be
away,
like, oh, who cares?
because they don't care.
I see it as an opportunity for people to get the ads out of the way.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
The real entertainment begins.
Yeah, like have a minute or two. Yeah.
Am I the entertainment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Plus, you can party down.
Woo!
It's usually my, oh shit, I forgot water. Oh shit, I forgot everything.
How
What?
could I have made it worse?
I'm very quiet and you're inaudible? That's terrible.
Yeah, it's
That-
on our end.
Doesn't match what I've got here.
Choo choo.
No, hold on. You got me paranoid now. No.
Yeah,
that's-
I don't know. I think this
Our
might just...
OBS is showing, like your
Turn it up.
gain is hitting where it should.
I did, sorry. That's right.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, let's just make sure that that's okay for people, but it should
let us
be.
know.
Aragorn, please confirm.
In the meantime, we'll start the clip show. Okay, everybody, greatest hits. Let's go. Oh, Trevok, you did it.
Trevok
Come
is-
out of the
Yay.
settings.
Trevok is
Quick, get out of the
unsealy.
settings.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Sealy Unsealy. It's Sealy Unsealy for hosting.
I love that, by the way, John, the like random assignment of things.
I just wish
Nice.
that it would remember who it was, right? And that it would kind of be like once a X house, always a X house, but like it's not.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thank you, Laurel.
Listeners.
Thank you.
Sorry
Hope
that you're
you
not
feel
feeling well.
better.
Yeah.
It would be, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? And that way we could also do fun things like it randomizes for most people, but you like stick some people with the house they don't want all the time to like trick them, you know? They're like, maybe this month, oh, how is it possible?
That's
I'm
actually
waiting-
why Sophia is Liam this whole time.
Yeah. She
I'm
got
just like,
stuck
guess
there.
what, Liz?
Just, you like did the roulette wheel spun?
Hope you like
Scott,
mortals.
That's why he's not allowed in casinos anymore.
No, I rotate the wheel.
Stop doing the roulette wheel. Get off of it.
Stop doing the roulette wheel. Good, sir.
It's
you're
the
gonna
new
need
dance
pants?
move.
Ooh.
Oh, your house never changed. Oh.
Ah, very clever, very clever.
What was your house? Do you remember?
Skill test.
Do you
question.
remember?
House is never done.
Folks, we're gonna have a good time tonight.
Yes.
You know why I think we're gonna have a good time? Because shit's going down. And one of the ways that you know that shit's going down is that you got cool people in your chat. There's been a bunch of cool people so far, but I got cool players. They're right there. But of course, the coolest is she who knows 10,000 things. Aragorn is here. And now she's on headphones.
Oh, right, headphones.
It's gonna be me.
It's gotta be me.
Maybe you like have some setting for your like bass and treble, and somehow your mids just got destroyed. in your
Bass,
speakers.
hello, can you go?
Nothing more mid than us.
Oof. No, Aragorn was listening specifically to a compilation of when the beat drops of various dubstep artists. So like she needed she needed no mids.
Yeah. Oh.
New bingo squares.
Nude.
Folks, we're
Oh.
actually, I have a feeling like today's session is going to be kind of important. So we're going to push right along. I'm going to ask if anybody has spent any experience. So pull out your best Joaquin Phoenix imitation. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, Liz. Whoa. Whoa.
I actually don't know whether that's a bug or a feature that Zoom automatically just starts muting you if you scream.
Yeah.
Definitely a feature.
It's happened a
100%
few
feature.
times when JT's been a dragon and he's roared.
Oh
and then
wow.
It cuts out suddenly.
It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. If y'all haven't been tracking Adventures to Go, that's a thing to look at. Do you have a website up yet, or is it still in progress?
It's still password protected because I sent it to my parents and they pointed out some typos. So I got
Thanks,
fix that.
parents.
Adventures
Egg on
to
my
Ho.
face.
You just
Oh my
typoed your
God.
own name. That's
Adventures
the only
to Ho. I would.
You know, like hi ho.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
thing. Elizabeth.
Sorry.
No, it's a perfect example of what happens when two artists get together to make a website and then show it to anyone else. And the other people are like, privacy statement? You're like, oh yeah.
Oh,
Do-do-do-do-do.
private.
Right.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
Father to an unworthy
yeah.
son. Husband to a murdered wife. Oh, right, I'm the one who did that. I'm Braum.
I am Braum. I'm just gonna get the shirt.
Is
I think it's
Braum
time.
Maximus Aurelius Mazden?
It's Madsden. And also, yes, I think my middle name is Aurelius Maximus.
Uh,
That means I hear good.
Liz, what'd you buy? Did you say? Or did we just get distracted? AF.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's definitely
very
what that
nice.
is.
I bought Leadership 4
Ooh.
Specialty Compelling.
Oh.
I am
I saw it
compelled
on
to
the
follow this glorious leader.
Yes, exactly.
That specialty is literally the dad-ass specialty. We have to fight over there. Uh-huh.
No, they're just marching, following that ass. Up here, up here.
Well, it turns out that you're Aragorn's favorite today, Liz. We should,
Oh,
He's again.
if we could only all be her favorite. What the hell happened last session, folks?
you have to promise to let me read my last note
Of course.
to conclude the summary.
Wow, I took a lot of notes. Okay, we decided on titles for everyone at the Spark. I'm going to run through them real quick. Braum
Great.
is the champion. Claude is the butler. Incisor is the enforcer. Kyoko is the operations manager. Sally is the surgeon. Sophia is the chatelaine. Talus is the reeve. Zeron is the thane. And Zister is the freeholder. And Patches is still the steward.
I prefer ops.
Did you say,
Back off.
you said surgeon, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Georgian.
You're
Jean. Yep. Rules are that guests are on our turf, not their own. Zister and Patches get priority to the workshop. Good behavior means you can come back. The best inns rules are to be followed. If you break something, you buy a replacement. And if you make weapons and turn them on the spark, you will be erased. So that's that for spark business.
Yeah.
We had
And
a...
McAllister showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to mention anything to do with Zeron and Mab?
Oh, yeah.
Because that was last session, right?
Yeah, so Mab is feeling a little prickly about Zeron, and so Sophia insisted that the two of them have lunch together.
Aww. Sorry.
It went well.
Oh, good. And then, yes, Lord McAllister shows up. He is, of course, the nominal sort of like head of the Golden Braid, living at Home Fires, the Queen's winter residence. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not
The
summer
crown,
residence
yeah.
because that would be I guess that'd be a shitty summer residence.
Summer,
Anyway,
yeah.
summer. Oh no! Don't bring that up. He kind of warns the Motley as to various political shifts that may be more political shifts that may be happening within the County of Cross's Shadow. Duke Granville may be leaving. Ferelith may be leaving her seat at the Chateau Frontenac in Quebec City. Duke Granville may be going to reclaim the duchy from that seat rather than from Heart's Light. He also mentions the fact that right after the Resurgence in 1969, the County of Cross's Shadow was sort of like potentially going to be a storehouse for House Baylor, one of the Unseelie houses. And he's pretty adamant that it would be bad if there was a power vacuum in Cross's Shadow. Perhaps, in Montreal, perhaps Baylor would return,
Yeah.
which would probably be no bueno. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Braum did some mapping of the freeholds on the island because he had a thought of his own.
Right, because Braum wanted to.
14.
Okay. Braum wanted to perhaps create a new freehold on the island of Montreal, which could be, potentially the new home for the Golden Braid, and then Helena and McAllister could either move here or just kind of use it as the home base. There's lots of Golden Braid Knights in Montreal. So he started that process, although it's slow going.
Yeah, and ultimately we had a Cluricon driver show up because there was a plan to go over to Heart's Light. Sophia and Zeron would go visit Duke Granville together.
You're skipping Kyoko.
Kyoko?
Yeah. So Sophia went into Kyoko's dreams
I stood up
in order
and
to
I
find out
missed
why she was so exhausted or so sort of like tired. What was that about? And then she found that Kyoko was kind of working overtime subconsciously on something for Braum. Sophia was able to have Kyoko craft it via her coding, and it created this shield, this beautiful sort of like kite shield,
Captain
which is
America
quite
shield.
large.
It created a kite shield. I didn't say it was beautiful.
Oh, correct. You're right. Yeah. Sorry. In my mind, it's very beautiful, but it's actually
Uggo
probably
shield.
It's
probably very plain.
It is
actually, right?
literally if Patches has seen it, which I don't think she has. It is just a chunk of metal in the shape of a kite shield. It doesn't even have its grips on correctly.
Perfect for Braum. She crafted it outside of the dream as sort of a reminder for Kyoko. You can be resting because now here's the inspiration that you have access to in the real world as well, the waking world. Rather.
Yeah.
How'd I do?
Great.
And then we went to Heart's Light.
Yep. Got picked up by Cluricon on a sweet ride. Her name was Madeline. And we presented ourselves before Duke Granville and stated some of our plans.
Sophia expressed her desire to be Countess, and in a surprising turn of events, Duke Granville was like, "Oh, thank God, the job's yours." And she was like, "What?" So my last note here is, so what? Sophia is Countess now? What did you do, Braum? All caps.
Because
All caps.
Braum did do something just before this, which was
A spectacular triple botch. On like a knowledge roll of some kind. I don't know. I don't think it's such a big deal, guys. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah.
Failed at knowing. You botched at knowing.
God, no. Not again. It's just like that
Recurring
memory
theme.
problem I used to have.
Amnesia.
Who are you?
we ready?
Yes.
I'm going to remind people. We are lucky enough that we get to play with these things that are very important for our play. These cards are what make sure that we can push our own limits, go far, go further, knowing that we have a safety net underneath us to catch us in case we go too far. Far be it from us to say that these are inhibiting our roleplay, they are in fact letting us expand it. You do not have cards. You do have options, we'll get to those in a second. But here's what our cards mean. The green card means I am totally okay with what's happening, even if I don't look like I am, and I am enthusiastically choosing to continue. Yellow means I am still okay, but I'm starting to approach my limit. Be aware that if you push further than this, or if we stay in this for an extended period of time, I may no longer be okay. Red means I am not okay. I need to stop. We need to either immediately retcon what just occurred or change the subject entirely. No matter what, check in with me, and under no circumstances must I justify my use of any of the 3 cards that we have just shown. You, however, have options even if you don't have cards. You can message me, or you can message Aragorn or another mod in our channel. The crosshair is usually here. Lately he hasn't been able to make it. If you have anything that you want to mention or comments, Aragorn will also keep this anonymous if you so choose, because we are in fact interested in what our audience has to say. We can't make every change for every audience member, but we are still willing to accommodate what we can. However, you have one other thing that you can always do, which you can leave the chat or leave the stream entirely. We don't want you to, but we would rather that you do so in order to keep yourself healthy and keep yourself safe. Have I matched everything?
I think so.
Cool. Guess what? One of the three of you, pick a number from 1 to 3.
1.
2. Oh,
Elizabeth, you will be giving the safety spiel next week.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We are going to start rotating so that we all have that in our heads.
Great idea.
Good?
Yep.
All right.
You saved this.
And that's important. As long as you're okay with it. If you're not okay with it, feel free to flash a yellow or red
I
card.
am okay with it.
Nice.
Oh,
Then it will go in counterclockwise order, so it will be Liz, then it will be Scott, then it will be Kate, and then it will come back to me.
Okay.
Cool?
yes.
All right. One of the best parts about legacy games is when they drop the floor out from under you. Legacy games are these sorts of board games that involve a lot of hidden information right at the start, hidden from all players, that the rules aren't fully fleshed out, and that as you play, the game changes permanently based on the decisions that the players make and based on the rules that have already been set down. But sometimes, or at least usually in the good legacy games, abruptly something happens that just completely warps everything else that's happened up to this point. You have to redefine how you think about the game. And it's probably because they've changed one rule that is perhaps an essential one, a quintessential one. I remember when I was playing Pandemic Legacy Season 1 with these three fine people who I have with me. And when we learned what it actually was, that was a pretty cool moment. And the best games keep you guessing at that point. Because when you change the rules, that means that you have to change strategies, and you can no longer rely on what you've already known to be true for 1 session, 10 sessions, 100 sessions, 126 sessions. Because change is, in fact, one of the things that brings about drama, and drama is the thing that makes a story compelling. Not even necessarily it has to be a dramatic story compared to a comedic story, but all stories contain conflict, and therefore all stories must contain change. Without change, there is nothing. Even in plays that are famous for their inability to change, such as Waiting for Godot, there is... I love...
Waiting for Godot.
Waiting for Go. Go.
Oh gosh, got it.
I missed. I failed the show.
There is still change that occurs. Even if that change is minor, even if it's internal, there is still change. And there can still be change even in a game like this. We're not trying to pretend that 127 sessions is the longest that any game has gone on for, far from it. But it has been a while. The amount of content that this game has generated is on the scale of, well, honestly, there's more hours of this game than there are in most television shows that exist. There are more hours. Looks at The Simpsons. The Simpsons seems to have us beat.
You know, they also have like 10 times the years on us, so you know.
Trey Dog, I don't have your address.
1, 2, 3.
But that's what we have. We have to be able to manipulate and change. And that's what the players have to do as well. And in any good legacy game, the choices that the players make are permanent. Because if there isn't permanence, then what can you say is truly advanced? I wouldn't make a very good March. Green looks terrible on me.
I mean, you have the hair for it, though.
Well, I can get you started right away. Zeron, of course, will have his title increased summarily to go along with yours, but that will only happen once you're married.
Your Grace, I am so honored by the faith that you are showing in me.
Of course. I have nothing but faith in you.
Is there something I should know?
I'd
I
like
imagine there's plenty of things that you should know.
to roll on I have nothing but faith in you.
Oh.
That statement that he made.
Okay. That's going to be a perception subterfuge.
Good. 1 point.
I will not be rolling on this.
3 successes.
He does not seem to be lying.
Oh, good. Otherwise, I'd kick him in the teeth. No.
I mean, but the thing is, specifically, you were asking about the statement, I have nothing but faith in you.
Yeah, exactly, which is fine. That's what I wanted to know.
He pulls his desk open and he lifts just this magnificent bottle of wine out of it. It is a red. It has a cork that looks like it's almost completely rotted away, and it's being held together by hopes as opposed to, cork integrity. Enough that all he needs to do is he puts his fingers against it, whispers a small word, and just lifts it out and drops it next to the desk, and then produces glasses for everybody and starts pouring. He looks 10 years younger than he did.
I'm still.
I'm going to remind people that there's Zeron and the 3 of them in the room right now.
Yeah.
That's who went. I know it's early in the day. Not for Fiona, but I know it's early in the day, and he passes out the wine. And,
If we are drinking to the health and success of the County of Cross's Shadow, and to you, Your Grace, and to you, soon-to-be Countess Sophia, then I will drink. I don't. I, wait to see if other people are going to, but, I just wanted to state that.
Your Grace, what exactly am I inheriting here?
you're inheriting the County of Cross's Shadow. A county, mind you, that has not had a count for quite some time, several years in fact.
Forgive me, Your Grace. I have to be blunt here. Why are you so excited about this?
Because this is something that I do not wish to worry over any longer.
This county.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. This county is still a part of the Duchy of Many Rivers. It is still under my purview. But, and he lifts the glass of wine.
But what, Your Grace?
There have been oaths that have been kept for a long time.
I take a drink as well. To oaths.
Oaths that Sophia should know about before she inherits their responsibility?
You may not be completely aware as to why I came down here and abdicated my place as the Duke of Many Rivers. Let's just say that I was willing to do it as long as I didn't also have to run the whole duchy, and now I'm able to pass it along again. Because somebody asked me for it. Ah. I need more. And, there is no more. The bottle is empty.
Oh.
I mean, split 5 ways, we each get a glass.
And he reaches over and he presses an old style intercom button, like Mad Men style. Foe. Foe. No. Okay. He hasn't learned yet that he should be keeping an eye on things around here. What is this card that people are referring to? I have no idea what's going on here.
The bingo card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, Your Grace, I thank you. And I won't let you down.
No, I thank you, because you are the first person who has asked about this since I inherited this miserable place.
Surely nobody knew that this was a position you wanted to see filled. I certainly thought I would need to do a lot more convincing.
I'm just glad it's you. And then he presses the button again. Foe! I need more wine. Don't even ask how much. If it isn't enough, you'll know. All right. First I have to ask you, are you serious about this?
I've already drunk to it.
All right. The next thing I have to ask you is whether you're willing to hear about things, knowing that I can only tell you until you have committed yourself.
Yes.
Excellent. Sir Braum, Lord Zaron, Dame Patches. I need you to leave the room for about 3 minutes.
I look to Sophia. Okay. Then I'll go.
I will see what we can do about finding foe for you as well.
Excellent.
I definitely give him a bit of side eye, but like we're out, or I'm out anyway.
Now I'm going to give you two as players the option of hearing what I'm about to tell Sophia, or you can stay and know about it, but not in character. It's up to you.
No, I won't do that. I wouldn't listen on purpose. If they're talking loudly, there's only
No,
so much
I
I
assume
can
Sophia would
hear.
fill us in.
I think, isn't John saying he's giving Scott and
Scott and Kate the option to get up and leave, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just trying to decide. So no, Patches
sorry.
would probably.
I thought you were saying like you interpreted it as Braum can eavesdrop. That's
Well, yeah. So is Braum going to know? Is the
Right,
yeah,
yes.
exactly.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I wanna be surprised. Is that okay?
Take your tea.
I will.
Are you
No, I
going
won't.
as well?
Yep.
I don't
All
need
right,
to.
I will call for you.
Patches heads to wherever the wine is kept. So that's what she's up to.
Cool.
Yep.
I pass that to you.
You can chop for wood in Animal Crossing if you want.
It's really not going to be long.
I was just being a dick. All right.
I don't know. I invested 400,000 bells into turnips, so I gotta.
Yeah,
Don't want to mess that shit up.
I bought a shit ton this week. We're gonna have to keep each other posted on prices because
Yeah, I'm in a couple of different places where I'm observing prices, so I'll let you know if I see a good one.
excellent, thank you.
I gotta build a bunch of bridges, man. I need those bridges.
Bridges and inclines aren't gonna build themselves, man. Can we spend the next 3 minutes talking about our Animal Crossing goals? Or?
I mean, sure. I still haven't visited your island. We gotta.
I know.
Yeah, we gotta do that. Okay. There is another baron who lives in this county.
How is it that I have not heard of him?
Because he is very quiet. He has been waiting to take what he believes is his rightful position here in Cross's shadow. He's maintained a freehold underground to the point that no one even knows that it exists except me, because he continues to provide his tithe. However, he did make me swear that I would not reveal the existence of this freehold to any who did not absolutely need to know. And congratulations, Sophia, you need to know.
Is this Baron of House Baylor?
Oh, yes. There has been a considerable attempt at maintaining a certain amount of secrecy here, but I was forbidden from being allowed to choose a successor here. I had to come on my own, and it was up to somebody to make a claim, a legitimate claim that I could accept. And you happened to be the first.
Oh. I've been telling myself for days that you would never even consider this. Given
Every moment
recent events.
Every moment that I was trying to organize ways to bring further alliance here, it is because I have been losing my grip on this county. I even abdicated my own duchy and came here in an attempt to rescue it.
Your Grace, anything I can do.
You must understand that every moment that I spent agonizing over the situation between you and Zaron and Neale had something at its core beyond simple arrogance.
You were afraid that you were going to lose it.
A lot of oaths were sworn in the dead of night underneath a new moon. A reunion that I don't particularly care to remember that well. And I had to make certain sacrifices and certain promises in order to ensure that this city wouldn't fall. And now you have released one of my obligations. And I can return to doing the work that I must do, knowing that this is taken care of here. I'm still not allowed to speak of it. And if you start informing enough people that ears that have been listening very carefully find out that his secret is out, then he will start manipulating and pushing against you. You have to be careful. He is very powerful.
Am I allowed to know his name?
If I speak it, he'll hear it.
Is he that powerful? And how has he not simply taken the power that he clearly wants?
Because he's trying to do it legitimately. You have been fighting against injustice for the longest time. You have seen people trying to seize power by any means necessary. This one is attempting to do everything by the book. Because if he manages a legitimate claim over this city, he can take what he needs, up to and including the spark, I might add.
That can't happen.
The spark may have protection from the crown. At the same time, there are indeed certain things that have been laid into that reunion, the oaths sworn.
But I am not oath-bound to him. I have sworn no oaths. I owe him no duty.
But as the Countess of Cross's Shadow, you still listen to the rules that are indeed a part of being that Countess. And if he is your loyal subject, then he is somebody who will be covered by you. He will be your vassal, and you will be his liege.
I imagine he will make himself known to me once word of this gets out.
I think he must. For he'll have to swear an oath to you, and you to him.
Thank you for telling me.
Let's see if we can get some more of that wine back in here.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea. She finishes the rest of her glass.
Kate?
Yeah.
Braum, Braum, Braum.
Mm-hmm.
Wait outside. I'm returning. I hope this is all right. Braum is on the lookout for foe, but he's not going to go like breaking open doors or whatever looking for him.
So,
Oh, you turned me up. Sorry, I was yelling.
Fox is found in the kitchen, and he has started to make this very elaborate plate of hors d'oeuvres, just individually sliced as thin so that you can see right through it, slices of cucumber being laid upon small bits of cracker. And just as he is about to lift up a salt pig, you make it inside.
The Duke was asking for more wine, and he seems to be getting annoyed that it isn't arriving. Can I get some out of the...
There's plenty of wine in his study. Why do we
opened
need to
up
get
the-
wine from over here?
Sorry, folks, I didn't know my microphone was on when I was walking down the hall. He opened a very fancy bottle and wanted another fancy bottle, and wanted more and more and more.
Oh, the fancy bottles.
You're also probably moving soon, in case you haven't heard.
But I just got here.
Moving with him north.
What do you mean? We're
Anyway, he'll tell you. Just wanted to give you a heads up.
the franchise is moving?
Don't get used to
I just got
Montreal.
traded.
I'm not sure if the sports analogy is particularly apt here.
No, I
Why
think
not?
that's pretty appropriate. So, wine. Good wine. Fancy wine. Celebratory wine. He's happy.
Sure. I'll go get fancy wine.
Thank you.
Does His Grace not have a butler? Or some such?
No. No, you're looking at basically His Grace's third arm.
Braum hears it. Braum doesn't say anything. Well, all right then. I didn't. My apologies. I wasn't sure if it was your responsibility. He was calling for you, and I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be your responsibility.
We're not moving to a shitty city, are we?
Nope, beautiful one. Lots of statues everywhere.
That's like every city.
Like,
That's a good point.
think about every city's quantity of statues, double it.
I'm moving to Washington?
Quebec
I'm in Quebec.
City.
I'm in a city.
With a name like Foe. Yeah, surprised he doesn't know.
The provincial capital of Quebec City.
Look, we don't know anything officially yet, so he'll tell you when he's got his shit sorted. Anyway.
Montreal isn't the capital of Quebec.
No, Quebec City is the capital of Quebec.
You
It's
have a
like New
Quebec
York
City?
City is the capital. No, it's not the capital. It's Albany, isn't it?
Whoops.
Well, still, there's a New York City in New York,
Cultural.
and there's a Quebec City in Quebec, and that's the capital. They were very creative with names. They stole a lot from France and other pre-existing cities.
Oh, I bet it must be warmer in Quebec City.
Oh, should you tell him about the
Slightly further north.
winter festival?
It's further up the
Nice.
river. It's closer to the ocean.
Like I
Because
said.
it's near to the opening of the fleuve. I don't even know how to say that in English because I'm used to it in French.
The fleuve.
The fleuve. Fleuve Saint Laurent. Like, how do you actually? What is that called in
The
English?
St. Lawrence River.
River. It's just a
Fleuve.
river. Okay.
Yeah.
Thought there was a bigger word for it.
Fleuve.
No, it's fair.
Yeah.
Fleuve sounds so much nicer than
Yeah.
river. Damn it, English.
All right, I'll go to your wine store.
Well, it's not for us particularly. It was His Grace was.
Buzzing, intercomming you.
Oh, I turned that off. I shouldn't have done that.
You've seen an angry she in your lifetime?
I pride myself on making sure that I anticipate needs before they become required. It's a lot more impressive when he's reaching for the button and I just show up.
That is true. That would be very impressive. Fo, did you work for Countess Weyer in a similar capacity before you were traded to this franchise? Thank you.
I served Ware and Count Spencer to the best of my ability.
I do not doubt it. I do not wish to cast any aspersions upon your ability to do so. I was simply curious if you...
Sometimes sports teams give up one of their good players in exchange for a few, fresh, learning, hopeful starts.
Gloss.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
To the wine store.
Does he do this to get away? I really hope he does.
Yes.
Then I suppose we will head back and wait to be called, unless he wants us to follow him. Was that clear? That wasn't clear.
No, he doesn't want you to follow him.
Okay. Then we will...
You can head back in.
Yeah.
He's
Go
called
back,
for you.
yeah.
Yeah. But just before you do, Zaron's just...
Oh.
He knows that we don't have a wine store, right?
I don't know. Perhaps you should inform him. It is like his first, second, third day.
I'll go and help him. And
I assumed he meant wine storage. That... which you must have.
Yes.
No?
No.
we don't carry an abundance of fine wines here. They go quickly.
He's the Duke and he likes to party.
He isn't the only one.
Fiona.
Well, who else? Oh. They don't have a wine store, so Zaron's gonna go tell Fo that. Got it?
Now I suppose the only thing that we have to discuss is when this is actually going to take place. We'll need to have you officially invest yourself into the oath. We'll have to gather the other freeholders in the area so that they can arrange to meet you. I will transfer Heart's Light.
Okay. That's happening.
Isn't this still what you want?
Yes. Yes, it is.
And I will be gone about 30 minutes after that's finished. So, when do you want to do this?
Well, a lot of things are happening really soon. Also, before we talk about that, can I tell Zaron
Tell Zaron what?
about everything that we just spoke about?
You're under no obligation to remain silent about anything. I am. However, I do warn you, the instant he knows that you're speaking about it,
Well, I I have a wedding to plan. But Your Grace, I don't want to keep you here any longer than you want to be. I would be proud to take over here whenever you want.
We're going to have to run this past Laurel. I don't imagine she'll have any problem with it.
Right.
Would she have any problems with it?
I don't think so.
Odd reaction you had, that's all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. We're returning at some point.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Not at that moment necessarily, but...
He's on it.
Right. How does this, should I be contacting people? Should I be having someone reach out on my behalf?
The most expedient process would be for this to occur on the day of your wedding.
Sure. I'll be stressed out enough. What's another thing?
It's already a planned day of celebration. I imagine the people who you will invite will be ones interested in the accession anyway. It will give me time to arrange everything that needs to be arranged.
There will be lots of alcohol.
There damn well better be.
Oh, there
I
will.
can't help but notice that there's no alcohol in here.
He's looking for it.
Yes, Sir Zeron went to Lord Zeron. My apologies. Went to assist
30
foe.
lashes.
30 lashes. Mea culpa. Mea culpa. Braum,
Like,
do you
this
have
is
to
the
do that
biggest
here?
No, the Braum possibly like. Oh my god.
Braum's Da Vinci coding himself.
He's been calling his wife the Lady Kyoko for years.
I only did that. I've stopped doing that. To be more
Oh
hip.
yeah, Aragorn, next time please do. Shit happens all the time.
All the time, especially now.
Your wedding is scheduled for the beginning of June, is it not?
It is.
Perfect. Then that's what we'll do.
Thank you, Your Grace.
I should point out that this doesn't preclude you from still holding titles in any other specific area. You're welcome to continue being the chatelaine of the Spark. You don't even have to live here if you don't want to.
Sister Flex would kill me if I went through all of this to get a title of the Spark and then threw it back in his face. So, thank you for that.
I've no doubt that Sister Flex could probably kill you if he wanted to.
He, I'm sure, has thought about it many times.
What do you get up to over there?
I plan a lot of parties. He doesn't like parties.
Why doesn't he like parties?
Because it reminds him of his successes.
I see. Very well. Well, this is what's going to happen. You can select somebody to run Heart's Light in your stead. You can find yourself an up-and-coming baron to show up here and just have at it if you want to. To be honest, being the Countess of Cross's Shadow can be up to you how hands-on you wish to be. There just had to be somebody with the name and the title, and there it is. Now it's yours.
I will speak to Lord Zeron about where we will make our home. When do you need to know by?
After June 2nd.
Great.
Because that's the day.
She's just like kind of, she actually is like laughing and shaking her head at just like how excited he seems to be getting out of here. I hope it really wasn't that bad.
What, being here?
Mm-hmm.
There were some good points.
But is he being that like
Braum
about it?
still wouldn't figure it out.
Yes.
Okay, so now Braum does figure it out, and he's like, oh.
After years, it's clicking now. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, maybe he figured out they were like stooping on the tide, but like, I don't know, maybe he like wasn't.
I hope he didn't know. I hope this is the moment that he realized.
Probably makes sense.
Did you make that a...
Yeah, sure. Just give me a quick sec.
Well, you'll still be welcome to visit Sophia's parties, I'm sure. Because she sure
course,
throws
you're
a mean
always-
party.
I will still be the Duke of Many Rivers. I will still be overseeing the situation here as it pans out.
Your Grace,
Yes, sir.
you referred to this county in unflattering terms a few minutes ago. I would like to know if there's anything we can do that could improve the county's estimation.
You have things incorrect. I said that I was in a miserable place.
And you didn't mean literally.
No.
I understand. Thank you for
hell.
clarifying.
And he opens the drawer, and you see that he picks up just. Would any of you care for some?
Thanks, but no.
No, it's all right.
Sure, I like to bump the slopes. So- Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Can you say that again?
Be,
Sure, my lord.
I mean, I guess he is, like, he was, you know, young in the 80s.
Yeah. I lived through New York City in the 80s.
I want to hear that line again.
Sure, my lord, I like to bump the slopes. It doesn't even make sense.
Oh, I think it was
It kind
great.
of does, but it's not.
Please, someone add it as a quote.
Yeah.
Oh.
Please. I want it on a t-shirt.
I am Braum on
want
the
all
front.
the comics.
Oh,
Oh my god.
yeah.
He was at Woodstock too.
What?
I went to go-
Zeron glances at it and then looks up and he shakes his head slightly.
Any luck with, Fox?
He'll be on his way. I let him know that SAQ didn't just mean sack.
It is an important distinction. I don't think people from outside of the city might know that, so it's a good thing to know.
I'm going to point out, Kung Fu Fenris, that I was a kid in the 80s.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no, Braum is a little bit older than that, so he was like a teen or a young adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like almost. He's like 45 or 48
Yeah.
or whatever.
In the 80s,
So,
yeah.
so what does that make? His birthday's in like the early 70s, right? Yeah. Sounds right.
72.
This is having a great time, guys.
At any rate, I'm going to let you do whatever you need to do, and I am going to start getting ready.
Good title. Great title.
By the way, do you actually bump the slopes?
No, I don't think I do. But I guess it's not so ridiculous. It's just I thought it was a very funny context in which we were all like, oh no, thanks. It was good. It was very funny.
We're calling back episode 1 here.
Yeah.
It's true. This will come full circle.
Yeah.
120. Sophia gives a little curtsy to him as he goes.
Sophia,
Your Grace.
Somehow I think this is going to be the start of something very special.
I think so too.
And he turns, and it's very clear that what he's done has basically been like, I'm done right now. And he turns and he looks and he just...
We'll yeah, I also give a bow. We're leaving. Wondering if Foe's coming. Babies.
Just time to get like a little more wine before we go, but apparently not.
So Foe arrives just as you're starting to leave Heart's Light, and he's carrying a box, and in the box are like several bottles of wine.
Nice. Oh. That's so
Thank you
great.
so much.
Wow.
What are you handing him?
A glass.
Where is this glass coming from?
The glass. I guess I didn't need my glass.
No, they're
Flip.
commemorative Heart's
Yeah.
Light glasses. So all visitors get to take
Oh,
them.
I see.
I bumped the slopes at Heart's Light.
Hooray!
I skied down Mount Schnoz.
There it is! That's the one!
Oh my god. It's all falling to pieces. It's all falling to pieces.
Fresh powder at Heart's Light.
So I take it things went well. Madeline will take you wherever you need to go.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course, we're nothing but hospitality for apparently not very much longer here at Heart's Light.
We welcome your company at the Spark anytime.
I'm glad to hear it. And he just lifts the bottle back and takes a chug and then expertly pushes the cork back in, and then as he runs his finger around the rim, like it just seals back in properly.
Absolutely amazing.
Jesus.
Perfection. That's why there isn't any wine.
We'll see
They've all
you
been
later.
sampled.
Yeah.
Look, when in Rome,
Please.
do as the
Fiona do.
Duke do.
Do the do.
Do as the Duke do.
Hey.
We head back to the Spark.
Yes, please.
All right. So you head back to the Spark. Meanwhile, the four of you are riding in the back of this car.
So that seems to have gone well even when we're out of the room.
Yes, it did.
So it's not that, there's a nuclear bomb set to go off next week and he was trying to defuse it without us.
Or an ancient curse of some kind.
If there is, he did not disclose it to me. I am to be invested at our wedding, Zeron, if that works for you.
I suppose tacking on more celebrations is efficient, if not stress-inducing.
I think it can be both, yes.
Is this what you want? You
It
don't
is.
have to do whatever he tells you.
I know, but this is what I want. It's not the manner in which I thought I would get it, but
It's funny how that happens sometimes.
I had to do so much arguing and fighting to get married, and I wanted to be in charge of a county, and all of a sudden that's just handed to me.
Politicians be whack, yo.
You did take some coke, didn't you, my love?
No. I have different vices, I'm afraid.
Whoa!
God.
Whoa! Not even once, Zeron.
Don't inject those marijuanas, you.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. As someone who grew up in the 1980s, I can tell you, injecting marijuanas is...
Look, the cartoon All-Stars made it very clear. Oh, bother. You're a junkie.
I'm more a fan of Reefer Madness personally, but, you know, you can choose your PSA of choice.
Well, you get back to the Spark. Nobody there knows exactly what happens. Oh, Winnie the Pooh. Okay, so there was this cartoon All-Stars. It was a 30-minute PSA, which was introduced by Ronald and Nancy Reagan, which basically took Saturday morning cartoon characters from across the whole diaspora and basically weaved them into this tale about this kid who was thinking about trying marijuana.
I mean, what a trip to like think about trying marijuana, and it's so potent that you see all of your favorite cartoon characters.
I mean, I thought that's why anybody got high. So
Yeah,
that they can chill
clearly.
with Darkwing Duck.
High all the time. Keep you off my mind. Because I'm seeing cartoons everywhere.
Nobody at the Spark knows why you left, so they don't care when you come back.
Business as usual.
No,
I love
not
those.
as you.
Patches, could I have a quick moment?
Sure. Yes. Soon to be
With
countess.
all the excitement over the last little bit, I have been remiss in asking you something. Would you be my maid of honor?
Lord Zeron has asked me to be his not Knight on Life.
Second,
Second.
that doesn't preclude you from this.
Pretty sure you could just jump over to the other side when an inevitable duel breaks out. My wedding day.
Never.
Because you'll be there.
You're
Inevitable.
sure about this?
Mm-hmm.
Not Lady Kyoko or Helena or other prettier ladies and thank you.
Kyoko's making my dress. Talus is officiating. You are family. But only if you're comfortable doing this, Patches. I won't ask you to do it if
Does that mean I plan your party?
I thought you and Kyoko and, dare I say, Incisor could do it together. Not say Lisa.
Last
Lisa's not allowed
chance.
to help with the planning of the party.
I accept. But this is your last chance to change your mind.
Oh. That, I like it.
I am not changing my mind.
Party it will be.
Thank
Braum,
you.
I was wondering what you had in mind for...
Quietly pulls out her phone and orders like a case or two of energy drinks, considering all the other requests that she's been given regarding the party in the
Hello,
next month.
balls?
Do you still exist? If you do, 10 cases stat.
Well, my friend.
The website still exists. Thanks, John. Stay home, drink balls. Yep, it's up to date.
Balls?
Drink balls.
The website literally says, stock up on all your favorite Balls Guarana products while you're working and gaming from home.
It
We
didn't
should
have
look into a
Tori.
sponsorship opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyone from Bowls is
I
watching.
used
And
to-
Soylent.
I used to
Patches
sell
branded
bowels. It is not
I thought you
something
were
I
freelance.
care to sell for much longer.
My friend, in terms of your celebration, of course I would like to have a full list from you of those who you wish to invite, just to make sure that none of them would be opposed to the idea.
I get the feeling like there's supposed to be many people who are invited who I must, out of propriety. But in terms of the friends that I have, I would imagine that you could take your bachelor party and just change the nameplate.
It's good. I think I still have the nameplate somewhere. It's a good thing. I don't believe you should invite anyone simply out of propriety.
For the actual ceremony that
yes.
will occur.
Politics is in everything, is it not? What? Have your own conversations. I'm speaking to my friend.
I did. have my
There's
own
also the question as to whether or not I invite my parents.
This is a question.
You're divorced. Don't forget.
I definitely forgot. What is the issue, my friend?
They're divorced.
Go on.
They do not do well in each other's company.
Perhaps they can be civilized adults and stay out of each other's company at the celebration for their son.
Yes.
Or perhaps someone will keep them apart.
Yes, that would be the hope, not necessarily the reality.
It's okay, you got a second. If something goes wrong.
I want you to be happy, my friend.
I'm marrying Sophia.
Right, so in addition to that, I would also like for you to be happy. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck you too, bro.
No, I want you to know if it would bring you any joy to have your parents share in this day with you, then I will make sure that there is some sort of system in place so that they will not ruin your day. This I will do.
I still have not introduced my fiancée to my parents.
Neither did I, for what it's worth, so I suppose that's not the worst thing in the world.
We're under different circumstances. I don't imagine that my parents will understand why, for some reason, I'm being promoted at my wedding.
Nice. Yeah.
There would
The social
certainly-
ladder has become an elevator for me, and all it took was pushing a button.
I kind of lean in.
Yeah.
Yikes! I kind of
What?
lean in closer to Sir Zaron, and I put a hand on his arm, on his shoulder. This elevator, Lord Zaron. Is it what you want?
Wait, as in my parents or as in this?
No, the elevating of your title, the speed, and the velocity, ferocity, at which you are being promoted, as you say. I wouldn't want this to be a burden to you, but something to celebrate.
A burden. No, this is not a burden. Not to me. A burden would be more along the lines of I was being forced into a position that I wasn't qualified for, and I wasn't given a support network in order to help me succeed. Burden would be to uproot myself and take me to any other location, and then I get to stand next to her.
You can rest assured that your support network will be here. Be by your side.
Imagine if you needed to. Imagine if you needed to take part in a political ceremony, and yet you did not have the members of your motley next to you. You did not have your friends, the Golden Braid. You were there all alone, and you had no idea what the etiquette was for this sort of thing. It would be a miserable experience, wouldn't it?
It would be very difficult, yes.
Now imagine that you are invincible.
That's going to take a bit of getting used to, but I'm doing my best to expand my imagination.
I am invincible when she is next to me.
I'm overjoyed for you.
I'm glad to hear that. If you were annoyed, then we would have to have some words, or perhaps we'd have to see what would happen if Whisper and Brushwork managed to meet.
That's what I choose
Oh,
for my
Lord
bachelorette. that's what I want.
A duel to the death. Wait, what? Clang lock. What the fuck?
Hooray!
Trash compactor. I don't know.
Duel
Motley
to the
versus
death.
marriage.
Oh shit.
The brawl to settle it all.
Damn, I like that. In the red corner, the power of the heart, the love. And in the blue corner, it's these three dumbasses.
Double.
I don't know if
Blast.
you've known. Apparently, some people have been circulating my photo. I can't imagine that the crowd would be on your side.
Circulating your photo. For
That's
nefarious purposes?
No, I'm making a reference to the Discord channel.
Yeah.
Ah,
You haven't
Speaking of,
checked.
always go to our Discord channel. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
you always can. It's always
Changeling
open.
TS channel, like, scroll up 3 messages, or 4, and melt.
Then let us know what you think. I'm glad you wouldn't. Yeah, I'm just glad you don't see spending time relying on your friends as a burden. I have a feeling like that will be useful in preparing yourself for your bachelor party. It's good. It's a good thing.
I'll take your word for it. At the same time, I just have to adjust to this new news. Perhaps you should spend some time with your motley. I will need to make some arrangements at Heart's Light.
Of course. I look forward to hopefully being able to give you a celebration becoming of someone like yourself.
I certainly hope that becoming is part of it. And he rolls his shoulders because I can't imagine that I'm going to be the same in 1 month's time. He prances off.
Oh, he prances. Okay, all right, that's interesting.
He's like Swiftwind.
Oh, Jesus, perfect.
I'm
He is that-
Swiftwind.
he is actually- well, I suppose I go back and find these two.
Are we back up in the exhaust right now, by the way? Or...
I would
think so.
assume as much, unless
Yeah.
specified otherwise.
Oh yeah, because no one gives a fuck.
Is everything all right, Lady Sophia?
It is. Yes.
Hmm.
His Grace made me aware of some things, which today, at least, I'm not going to disclose to to you both, but understand that when the time is right. And that I won't ever do anything stupid like run into a vampire den without informing you.
I appreciate that. And I understand that you've likely been let into privileged information, but if, we should start carrying silver weapons or something, if you can find a time to subtly drop that hint, that, yeah, go for it.
You'll find holy water in all your rooms.
No.
Casually.
Where did you get it?
That's my tears.
You must have been crying quite a lot.
All right, habits for all at the party. Okay, yeah, we can do naughty nun theme.
What?
I do not have nuns.
You said your tears were holy water, so it must mean that you have this.
I also
No,
don't
Sophia?
believe I'm invited, so I suppose I should inform
You'll
Kyoko.
be coming out of the cake. I'm kidding.
Da 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 da.
Wimple off my head. I actually also have to use the washroom. Is that okay? Can I leave the
Sure.
screen as well?
I need to know what color she wants. We can talk a little bit of party planning, if that works.
Great.
Yep.
And Sophia will also tack on to the "Will you be my maid of honor" conversation and say, Patches, I also want to let you know, because I know you will probably worry about this. I also think that it sends an excellent message to have House Liam, House Fiona, House Dougal, House Gwydion, all standing up there together for this celebration. In case you need to tell yourself that there's a reason other than sentiment that I asked you.
I hadn't, but that's fair, and I think that's a good thing to think about when it comes to seating arrangements and other such party planning. I do need to know what colors you want, because I'm going to start building some structures out in the garden, and if I know what paints to buy. There's a lot to be done this month.
I need to remind myself what Fiona's colors are. Someone smarter than me is
Quick
gonna
to the
write
book. Probably. Oh God, I was like,
no, blue silver is Liam.
I was creeping on your character page for some inspiration. So. Come on.
Red silver. Ooh, red silver. Ooh, lots
Red
of
silver, blue silver. Nice. Okay. So we want to go house themed?
I think silver is very fun because it's what Liam and Fiona have in common in the color scheme.
Very cool. But maybe hints of red and blue here and there when we want to punch.
Ooh, hints of purple here and there.
Purple, because it's the fudge and intermingle. Love it.
We don't want to be too on the nose, you see.
You're right. You're right.
Are you discussing your wedding plans?
Yes.
We are!
Colors.
What's the colors?
Silver and purple. Silver, because the two houses share that color. And red and blue together. It's purple.
Ayo!
And will you be
Sophia's
inviting
clever.
any alpacas?
Well,
Yes.
of course.
The whole first row is reserved for the alpacas at every
Yeah.
event. It's true, Azul. Wouldn't hurt to put that in their minds early.
Yeah. Okay, I can work with that. That's actually perfect. Good, good.
Do any of you have anything that you need to accomplish today?
It doesn't have to be today, but I do need to have the discussion with Zeron about where we're going to live.
Oh.
It can happen at some point.
Where do you want to live?
Oh, is he there?
I mean, I'm around.
Ding! Teleport. Time skip.
I mean, I love my place here, but it feels right to take up residence at Heartslight.
You do know that you'll be allowed to rename the freehold if you so choose.
I like the name Heartslight. It's where the two of us fled to after you were in the hospital.
And he looks down at his own heart.
Fixed your heart.
Do you think I can hear it scrape every time it beats? Just scrape against that hair like.
It would be a beautiful chord.
Blah!
No, it's like a harp string being plucked each time.
Non-stop.
I mean, she is Jorek. And
He was the pretty princess one,
He
right?
likes plucking the strings.
Oh,
not
come
hearts.
along now.
But sure.
Jorek's been known to
Pluck a string or two.
finger a
Oh.
chord now and then. Ew.
But no, I have no further comment at this time. No further questions. And I flip the table or whatever.
I was this close to being like, hey Scott, can you pass the wine bottle? Curse the social distancing.
I would imagine that we should maintain residence at Heart's Light and yet still hold on to this.
I agree. Well, I mean, for the spark parties, you know.
There, sorry, I'm not there.
We need a place to crash.
If crashing is how you think of it.
You're gonna be a count.
One count.
The wedding song.
And smite.
And
Whoop, yeah!
yeet.
Dad, husband, fiance.
Fiance.
I mean, the puns start and it's all over.
And the love dies. Yikes.
That's basically how I live my entire life.
Yeah. No jokes, just true. You're right.
Although, to be honest, I just played an RPG that basically involves tons of puns that I bought in the racial justice bundle on Itch.io called Hot Gay Bro Dragons.
That sounds, bro.
Why
My
didn't you
love for
stream
you?
it?
Because it's an
Like-
RPG.
Is off the scales.
It's a 2-player RPG. It's a micro game. You two should play it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hot
I mean,
Gay
I-
Bro Dragons.
I have the bundle, so I guess I'll just
Me
need to find
too.
where it is. Oh,
Actually, I think all 4 of us have the bundle.
Nice.
good. I guess we should coordinate it, but no.
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 No,
Money
of
to a
course,
good cause.
Yeah, there isn't a purple and silver.
Excellent.
New house.
Love it. Didn't just work out.
House Sophia.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Sophia.
Are you cronking it up?
Yeah, always.
I have to see that again. Although the difference is that I have to see it again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, then I suppose that's settled. Will we be assuming the Duke's quarters?
I think we can find new rooms there.
Rude.
It's okay. Patches is gonna make sure all the sheets are burned before you get there.
There, burned.
Burn.
Death can make its way to Quebec City. You know, she'll do a few Wayfair trips, exhaust all of her glamour.
He
and
has
just like-
fucker flash still, so you know.
Oh, Patches, when did you get here? Just dropping up these dirty sheets. It just disappears.
Oh God.
It's funny, Duke, I know that we've just moved, and yet it seems like your room has the same musk that it had beforehand.
Gross. Wall.
Yes, so maybe we can
Eraser dust. Pencil shavings.
explore
Smells like Patch's fucking.
at another
No.
time.
John.
Oh, I'm so glad that you're here for the end of streaming.
Everyone.
Thank you. Goodbye. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But maybe we could have a visit to Hard's Light, specifically to
Fumigated?
plan layouts and things like that. I haven't even had a full tour of that place. And I'm to live there. It's kind of fun.
It's freshly renovated.
Then I have to ask where we're going.
Oh gosh.
Okay, well. Sophia drinks heartily for the rest of the day. Hard celebration, hard stress.
When you say where we're going, John, do you mean how far are we advancing in time, or are you referring to something else? Oh.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
No, I was just asking, when you say where are we going, do you mean like how far are we advancing in time?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, damn.
Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be next?
Yes! Yes!
I need some time to plan the bachelorette party. So I don't think we can go quite that far.
Oh no, we're not going to go towards the bachelorette party. We can leave that. So I'm going to assume that we're going to advance 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
2 weeks means that we are now in the 18th of May.
In the merry month of May.
Was that, the week where it was snowing or the week where we were breaking record highs?
Second one. Which is really bad. I'm just
Yeah.
going to melt for a second.
Randall's face.
Okay, all right.
Oh, come on.
Very good. Just using my winter art to...
All right. On the 18th of May, the first thing that happens is that Braum, when you wake up in the morning, Kyoko is not in bed with you.
Well, I immediately assume she's been kidnapped. No, John, I'd like to see if I can figure out where she might have gone. Are there any clues?
She clearly went to bed with you the night before.
Okay, I remember that. That's good.
And this morning, however, when you've woken up, Kyoko is, shall we say, like, when it comes to clothing, she's 90% extremely organized and 10% floordrobe. So if it's anything that she cares about, it's always very carefully put away, hung up, getting ready for the wash or that kind of thing. And if it's just her normal, like, run-of-the-mill clothes, it's...
Okay.
But this morning, there are no clothes on the floor. Her shoes are gone. So clearly she had time to get dressed.
Yeah. And didn't wake me. Perhaps she's doing something private. I'm not sure. I will, well, I'll pop out of bed and, put on pants or whatever. Poke my head out into the hall and maybe shoot her a text message at the same time.
So you poke your head out into the hall and you can see the glow of a computer screen emanating from the kitchen.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna, try to sneak down the hall.
All right. Roll me your dex stealth, I guess.
Okay. I'm at a +1 difficulty because my skin is made of stone. So I will take that into account. I got 2 successes.
You manage to sneak your way into the kitchen, whereupon you come across the fridge door wide open, and Kyoko is sitting in front of it, and her fingers are moving across the keyboard of a laptop faster than you've ever seen her type. Her eyes are closed.
Whoa.
Or half-lidded, I should say. They're the...
Right. Right. I'm gonna kind of, if I can, I'm gonna try to get closer to her and just see if I can, like, feel if she's warm to the touch. Not.
No, she's quite cool.
Okay. Okay, because of the fridge.
Yeah, although the fridge inside is, like, you can hear the compressor, like, trying its hardest.
My hydro bill. And me with no job. I'm gonna.
Hydro, folks, being
Alright,
the
okay.
electricity bill, Quebec is almost entirely powered by hydroelectricity.
Sorry, I only paid off your mortgage.
Thank you.
God, I forgot about that.
I still appreciate it.
What happened to the
Get a
Lambo?
job, you man. What?
Oh, the Lambo is arriving.
Oh, great. I can't wait till it arrives.
Those customs, man. Kate.
I love mentioning the Lambo because it makes
You're like,
Kate go like that.
What do I do? You can't be driven in the city.
This is
You
so
drive
good.
one block and you ruin the suspension.
Yay!
Build our own city with I don't know, roads
We
that
built
are
this city.
paved.
Proper asphalt?
John, I'm gonna slowly close the fridge door, and I'm gonna sit
Like, she's
down.
literally leaning against the fridge, like, as it's open against the shelves inside. So you can't close the fridge door unless you move her
Okay,
or
well, then-
push her into the fridge. And if you
Talk
fridge
about-
Kyoko, then
I
you're a
was
bad
about to say,
literary trope.
Bridging your I'm gonna try to slide her away from the fridge so I can close the door, and I'm gonna sit down next to her,
Okay.
see what she's doing. What is she doing anyway?
She's typing.
Sure, but like when I look at the screen, like what's she typing?
Oh, it just says Braum is a fuckboy over and over and over again.
Ow.
No.
Okay, well I'm gonna do my best Shelley Duvall here. Ready? Are we ready? That's not good.
No, she's got a. You see that the text that she's typing looks like code. Certain elements of it pop up in various different colors as she types, but it's being coded. But you see that the code is being revised. Like, she's not. It's not just like she's typing. She's typing and then it snaps back up to another section and something gets edited and snaps back as if she's actively figuring out what the code is.
That would be.
So
I mean-
yeah, actually roll your intelligence computers.
Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna say like, well, I have questions, so let's see how this goes. It's not a great tool, so we'll just go in on it. Here it comes.
I learned Fortran while I was in high school.
Yeah, exactly. No, I got 0 successes. No idea.
You can tell it looks like code, but you have no idea what it can do. She's also not commenting the code, which is bad, but you know.
Well, it's also like I just don't think I would know enough to know how it would even be possible to sort of do this. Like, does she seem to be maybe under the effects of a cantrip, or is she somehow? How? Yeah. Does she seem to be under the effects of a cantrip?
Perception kenning.
Okay, come in. I'm gonna roll a lot, guys, but I'll get all the rolls done at the same time.
I'm just waiting for you to botch when you're like trying to check her out and you trip and you crush her to death.
You want ever since we got married, you've been looking for ways to get rid of.
Say hi to
I don't
K
know.
for me.
To evoke. Yes.
I got 3 successes.
Okay. She is. Can I have the book, please? What, because I've asked for the book and now you're like, well, clearly something's happening?
Yes.
Oh, it's definitely not Bedlam.
I'm just interested. Damn it, John.
Well, for some reason, that's what the page's ribbons are set to.
For some reason.
Why would you look at me?
I don't know.
I've
I
never
should be
been in
looking at myself
Bedlam.
with some-
She's in the process of rapture.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely don't want to disturb this.
So you actually find yourself, like, there's glamour coming from her and just sort of washing over the area.
Yeah.
Are you down any glamour? I don't think
No.
you are.
I am not. I am not. Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. John, if I'm able to move her away from the fridge door, I'm going to use. I'm gonna try to slide Kyoko across the floor, like gently, but like a curling stone. And then with my backhand close the fridge door. I'm going to use that as a bunk for Winter 1 to lower the temperature of this room to keep it cool.
So,
like the fridge.
so wait, you're like grasping her by a handle and then pushing yourself along the floor and then letting
I'm
her
gonna
go?
try.
I've
You
never
know
seen
what? I'm all here for this mini regatta. I'm going to say that that's a third level bunk.
Okay.
You roll that. Let me know how that goes.
You let me know how that goes.
Oh, Aragorn, everybody knows that if you're the skip, you're not the one sweeping. Goh.
It's
Yes,
like you've
but
never been to the Queen of
He is
Hearts.
Braum, and he does everything. He's a one-man curling team.
I am indeed. I have skipped and I have swept. I have tossed and I have lost.
Mostly wives.
Mostly way.
Hey, look, curling is one of the only events that is mixed gender at the Olympics.
Which, party.
Take that.
There's this.
I don't see that very
separate
often.
mixed event, like badminton.
7
Yeah.
squares marked.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a curling where the team is made up of one man, one woman.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah, only
Go
two.
to bed.
Damn.
I'm gonna start screaming.
If I remember
Jesus,
correctly. I do know that
really
they have that.
Fucking hope.
Oh,
The hell is curling rules anyway? Kung Fu Fenris?
shoot.
You slide the thing into the thing and you sweep on a thing.
I love curling, okay? Shut up. Hurt my feelings.
Rocks.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Oh my god, now it's 8 squares.
Whoa. Sorry, John. I made a
How exciting.
mistake.
I made a mistake.
That's much worse roll. Okay. I got 2 successes, so that's 2 rounds or whatever. So I don't. Is that
Okay.
really rounds? That's ridiculous. A shitty fucking.
You're the one who bought it.
God, it's so crappy. Rounds.
Go ahead, unleash winter. Let's see how that goes.
Fuck. Yeah. I'm gonna unleash winter and freeze my wife. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm lowering the temperature of the room, so that she can remain comfortable.
Okay. So you close the fridge door.
Yeah.
Do you get a snack?
Yeah, grab some OJ. Someone suggested it earlier.
Am I hungry?
You're Braum.
Right, I am Braum. Yes, I need a snack.
After another 2 minutes, so when you're about halfway through your submarine sandwich,
Odd snack for the morning. It's a yogurt parfait.
Oh my god.
her fingers slow down and she stops typing.
I'm gonna crouch down next to her.
And then she closes her laptop. You can still crouch down next to her. Just.
Yep, no, I am. Yep.
And then she gets up and she starts walking back towards bed.
Okay. I'm gonna follow her and I'm gonna see what she does with the laptop.
She leaves the laptop on the floor of the kitchen.
Oh, really? She
Yeah.
leaves it behind? I am going to open it.
Okay. It's still all there. There's no lock on it or anything like that.
Okay. Do I know how to, like...
Execute a program.
Yeah, do I know how to execute code, like a program code? Because I certainly don't know how to, like, edit it or really read it.
You know what? I'll let you roll for that again. Intelligence computers at a difficulty of 8.
Also depends what she was coding in.
Being rude, John.
I'm a rude dude.
You're a rude dude. I'm not gonna ask
Have
the
a
chat,
nice run button.
but I am gonna say I'm debating whether I should spend a point of willpower on this. I mean, I'm not gonna, like...
Do it.
I suppose I could. I might accidentally break her code if I don't. So, John, I'm gonna spend a point of willpower. If
Okay.
you don't mind.
So you can't botch this roll.
That's good,
Thank you.
right?
I
Honestly,
did 8.
Yep.
3 successes,
Including your willpower spend.
including the willpower.
Okay. Yeah, it's in Unity, so you just have to click the play button at the very top.
That makes sense.
Okay, so you click it,
I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
and the code compiles. It runs, but you don't see anything on the screen or see any effect of what's happening.
Is I like look around as well? Is there anything happening in the room? Smart lights? I don't know.
Nothing around you.
Okay. Well, I'll close the laptop and I will bring it back to our room. Put it on the desk. Actually,
Okay.
I want to see where she went.
When you get back to the room, Kyoko, fully clothed, has flopped back down onto the bed, face first, just.
Wow. It's so weird. This whole sleepwalking, sleep coding thing.
Yeah, you should divorce her.
I should just kill her, right, John? Isn't that more appropriate for me?
No, you kill women you love.
Ah, wait a second. Again, like I'm certainly I don't know what I'm looking for, so it's not like I'd be able to see anything, but my assumption is maybe something electrical in the room may have changed as a result of this code.
Aaron. Sorry, say that again, Scott.
No, I was just like I wouldn't know even what I'm looking for, but I would assume there's been no changes electrically in the room, you know, lights or
Nope.
sound.
Elizabeth, I have to know what you're eating right now.
It's a patty.
I'm so excited.
It's like a Jamaican patty, but I think it's mostly potato.
Yeah, it's a vegetarian potato patty.
Nice.
Where did you get it? I want it.
I will send you the name of the restaurant. I'd never ordered from them before, but they were delightful.
It's not Lloyd's, is it?
No,
They couldn't.
It's not.
They
Oh, they're
couldn't deliver
downtown.
that day, so they gave us more.
We
they
were
were
like-
a day late with delivering, and they threw in 6 for free. I was like, what?
Well, that's how you get more customers.
I don't know. It
So we're
worked.
gonna have a picnic like right after stream where you like socially distance eat some patties at us, right?
Eat some patties at you? Yes.
Go along.
I'm gonna. Yeah, Gruber, could you read out Gruber Mensch's statement, though, please, there, Scott?
My wife is a super talented hacker / spy who has been secretly writing some code that I don't understand in the middle of the night. Here, let me just YOLO run it. I've never YOLO ran anything in my life, Gruber Mensch. Never. I have YOLO'd many things. All right. Okay, well,
Well, you clearly don't yo whoa.
You only wife once?
Yeah. Or Yomo, you only marry once.
You only marry once, Yomo? There you go.
Okay.
Wow.
Patches.
Nobody is down for my comment.
I am.
Okay.
So by this point in the month, then there are a series of They're almost like flagpoles that have been put up around the garden. They're silver in color. They're in the style of Corinthian columns, but they have a little sphere of silver at the top. There's rigging for sun sails to be attached. Those aren't up yet. And the solar panels that were on the huts have all been lined up along the along one of the sides of the garden to best catch.
What is this? I want to know what this is. It's so cool.
So she's starting to set up the garden to have sun sails covering the whole area. Yeah.
I thought you'd be excited with this.
Mm-hmm.
And so the sun sails will be a lavender because you don't want it to be too dark. You don't want to filter out all the light. So light purple.
You receive an email stating that the Countess Neale is officially requesting a block of time in the workshop.
I will run it by Zister.
He has zero interest in you
Cool.
running this shit by him. He gave
Well,
you the job.
The time, do you want this time? We have priority for the time.
Look, I have my own tiny little section of the workshop that others aren't allowed to interfere with. And
Yep, we've got locks on everything that we don't want them to access. We've got little outlines of every tool so that you know where to put them back. Yep, okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
I assume that Neale knows what she's doing.
I'll just make sure you're copied on the calendar, so if you ever see anything in there that's a problem, you just let me know. Then I
There's
will grant her
also
the
an
time.
official request from the Grand Bastin, which says that somebody has made a request for patents that Zister Flex holds that are currently locked down. And there is a question as to whether they have permission to release them or not.
I will run this by Sister as well.
No one's supposed to know that these patents exist. That's the rocket.
Okay, so who knew about the rocket? Everyone here at the Spark.
Knowledge of the rocket's creation wasn't exactly a secret. Melge knew about it.
So is that the patent that's specified?
I patented the rocket so that no one else could build one, not so that it could be sold, which is why it's locked. No one's even allowed to look inside. They just know the number. And if I ever find anybody who's able somehow to recreate what we've decided not to build again, we can stop them.
The answer is no.
The answer is no. But I want to know who did. Find that out.
All right, I will get on the phone. I will try to arrange a call with, oh god, the...
Third Grand Bastin person.
Yes.
Fuse. No.
Fuse. Yeah, Fuse Twirliger. Thank you.
No problem.
It's like, not Clank. That was another person. Fuse.
She that you do.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to work on.
So you pass it along to Fuse, being like,
Well,
who made this
I-
access?
I would schedule a call with Fuse, if able.
Ah, it is good to hear from you, and yet at the same time, I wasn't sure whether you were going to show your face around here again.
Why would that be the case?
Well, you went golden.
I made sure that
It doesn't matter to me. I just wondered whether you decided to hang out with cooler kids. Wow.
I'm still in the coolest place in Concordia.
Kingdom of Northern Ice.
Zister's workshop.
What do you
On
want?
the subject of Zister, because you know I wouldn't call you without a reason.
Yeah,
because I
that's too
value
bad. I
your
thought we were
time.
friends.
I don't have much in the way of free time this month. Everyone decided to schedule weddings and other events that need my attention.
You're not the one getting married, are you?
No.
Good.
Could there be
Question mark.
glimmer of
Put
bright?
that aside. On the subject of Zister, someone has requested access to a locked patent of his.
Yeah, we forwarded to his workshop because that's
And
what we were supposed to.
We'd like to know who was making the request.
Requests were made anonymously.
That's problematic.
Why? It's a locked patent.
Yes.
I assume the answer is no.
We still want to know who made the request. But yes, the answer is no.
I'll flag it. If anybody else requests it, then we'll say that we won't allow any more anonymous requests and we'll find out who it was.
I'd appreciate that. If you could.
Yeah, for Zister, I'll do that.
My schedule should be a bit more free as of mid-June, though. Bookings here at the workshop are starting to fill up, and I'm supposed to be in charge of those. We throw a meeting party, so would you be interested in an invite next time there's one going on here?
It'd be good for me to come down and have a look.
Let me know if you get any answers.
Hey, look. When something stinks, you gotta look into it, right?
Thank you.
We'll sort this cloud out for you. Don't worry your head.
Cold front's making its way over the city. Or heat wave, or whatever the fuck's going on this week, whatever.
And that makes a difference?
Way to you soon. I don't know. Insert comment about, like, it's cold here, so, you know, it'll be cold there in 2 days.
Roll
or
me your
some
charisma
shit. I don't
etiquette.
fucking know. I'm trying to say something nice.
Yay!
Etiquette. Ooh, no. Nightmare die. 1 success?
Oh,
Yeah, I hope it doesn't get too cold and or hot here, too. I'll see you later.
Thanks for the help.
No problem.
Boop.
Boop. Sophia.
2 men and a woman answer.
Yes.
1 man and
When you wake up this morning, Zeron is pulling on running shoes.
Are you going for a run?
Is that... I didn't know whether I should invite you.
I never knew that you like to run.
I don't.
Then what are you doing?
I'm staying in shape. Training is still unfortunately something that I have to do.
Sophia says something sassy about how there's something else they could do to stay in shape. I'm just saying, no, you can go for your run. Go for your run. Leave the shoes on. I love it.
There'll be time for more when I get back. And he, just as he leaves, he walks around to the other side of the bed and gives you a kiss on the forehead, and then also very gently just rubs his fingertip just under Mab's waddle.
Oh, that's so cute.
What's really important? Have I missed
What?
something? Does Zeron run topless to... I can't...
This is important for art reasons.
I was gonna say science, but sure, let's go with art.
Does he use body glide?
I would also like to know how much money I have to pay to get art of this.
Wow. He wouldn't have to run topless. Like,
I said he was pulling on shoes. I didn't say he was pulling anything else on.
that's incredible. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop flapping around.
Yeah.
It is in fact warm enough in Montreal that Zeron would in fact most likely run topless. And he actually is not wearing jogger shorts. He's wearing biker's shorts.
Oh.
Because he is going for a run, cycling, and if it were available, swimming.
I mean, you could head to the Y. Oh, it's May. Yeah, the Y.
You know, I hear it's fun to stay at the YMCA.
You know, once upon a
knew I
time,
recognized
could
you
stay
from
at the
somewhere.
YMCA.
He was one of the village people.
people.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. Well, you gotta start early. It's a lot of working out to do. Damn.
And then, just as he's left, your phone rings.
I check the caller ID.
The caller ID reads, what's it read here? The caller ID reads Daniel Weiss. Weiss.
Hello?
Yes, hello. I'm wondering if I can speak to the Lady Sophia.
Yes, speaking.
I'm calling on behalf of someone of great importance. If we could speak today, it would be most appreciated.
Certainly. Whomever it is welcome at the Spark if they so choose, or would they prefer another location?
The location of your last busk, I believe, would be a good meeting place.
So she's clocking a couple of things with that statement. Of course. What time?
45 minutes.
It's gonna interfere with my morning delight.
No, it's not.
How long is he gonna be out for? Do you think?
Triathlon training?
Do you think we can get
Possibly
the
a
meeting
one.
done and then get back and start the shower?
Depends, man. Is Zeron running a full triathlon in the
John,
morning?
this is
Probably
important.
yes.
16, 20?
No,
Uh,
that's
How long do you
fine.
think
That'd
he'll
be
be
fine.
out for?
Zeron's probably going to be gone for about 2.5 hours.
Excellent. Yeah, 45 minutes sounds great.
Definitely wants to-
Then we will see you then. Click. I mean, Weiss is an actual last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
She's going to throw on some clothes and head down to the exhaust.
Are you taking Mab with you?
Yeah. She's
Okay, you're down in the exhaust. In the exhaust, you see that Talus is there. He is sitting cross-legged on one of the couches, and he's sipping at a mug. And he is speaking animatedly with Saley, who is much less animated and listening mostly.
Okay. I want to text Patches to see where she's at.
At the spark, working on something. So,
Are you in the workshop?
No, she's in the
workshop or the garden, one of the two.
Cool. I mean, I'll poke my head outside to see if Patches is in the garden on this morning.
Morning.
Patches, I'm glad I caught you. I'm going for a meeting with somebody whom I've never met.
Okay. When?
45 minutes.
Where?
Place Neale board.
Okay, I'll get my stuff.
Thank you.
She's gonna quickly change. Get her sidearm and her chimerical rifle.
Okay.
Glad it wasn't
Look,
me, Eric.
we don't
That's all
learn
I'm-
fast. That's it.
That's it.
And then I will give Sophia a lift.
Okay, Braum, what are you doing?
I guess I'm waiting to see if Kyoko like wakes up at all. Like this is
When she wakes up,
yeah.
morning.
And a good morning to you.
She wakes up at kind of like her usual time, so like 9:30.
How did you sleep?
Like a rock. So I guess it's true that you do become closer to your partner with every passing day.
It's funny because I actually feel like I had a bit of a restless night. Like a. Never mind.
Are you okay?
I am. I didn't. You must have stepped out during the night. I woke up and you weren't there a couple of times, actually.
No. I must have been exhausted last night. I didn't even take my clothes off. Which is not true. You distinctly remember that she did, like just dump her stuff on the floor because she always does.
Yeah. And then of course like got dressed in her sleep and like brought the
Yeah.
You've been. Oh, sorry. Before I say this, actually, John, has she been working on her laptop at all in the past couple of days, weeks?
I mean, she sometimes uses it, yeah.
Sure, but I mean like feverishly coding.
No.
Okay, no, nothing. There's nothing bothering you, anything like that?
What could be bothering me?
I don't know.
I assume that you've told Kyoko that about this. Like, is it now general knowledge that you are going to become the Countess of Cross's Shadow? Have you?
So yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we did jump ahead in time. Yes, I would say it's general knowledge now.
She had like a somewhat like high class afternoon tea where she told everybody.
Oh yes, of course. The theme was Lay's.
So I came wearing a doily. Nobody liked it.
And nothing else.
Yeah. I found this in the kitchen, and I like motioned towards her laptop. It's a bit of an odd place for it, I thought.
Oh, I didn't put it there.
I mean, not when you were awake. I didn't either, but who knows when we're asleep. The dreaming can have strange hold
The
on
dreaming
us.
doesn't randomly move laptops, Braum.
No, but it's.
Are you
sometimes
coming?
very-
And she starts walking towards the shower, just like idly dropping the rest of her clothes as she starts heading that direction.
Yeah, I am.
Not yet. You will be. And she gets in the shower.
I don't know what those were, but
Unicorns?
like some
It's
sort of
It's
like.
because you're
Unicorns
horny.
becoming erect.
Oh, there you go. Okay, sure. Yeah. They glow a little bit.
Wow.
Dav, could you work on food vendors?
I am going to. Don't worry. I'm going to wait for the most inopportune moment. Is that a knife in his head?
I think
what
it's a
is-
unicorn
Yes,
horn.
but-
Oh yeah, that makes much more. It looks like a knife that's been driven into your skull, and you're like, because there's like red on your head. It's like, does that not look like red on his head?
Yeah, I
there?
can see that. Right on his head.
Where was the last place that you busked, Sophia?
It's in the main square of the old port, like where the vendors are, the outdoor vendors.
Okay.
Oh, you mean the little sloping bit that goes down to the water?
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that place.
yeah, it's cool.
I
It's
wish
a
I
nice
knew
place.
the name of it.
I'm sure you'll find out.
I will because it has to go in the synopsis.
On the way, she's
Yeah.
going to not give Patches all of the details, but essentially say, like, I think it's better if you stay a bit back, but just knowing that you're there is going to be incredibly comforting, and thank you.
I'm gonna keep eyes on you at all times. If for some reason you have to enter a building, I will follow you.
Thank you. They never
Never-
specified that I needed to be by myself, but I think that
And a sense of whether or not they're Cathane.
I believe they are, yes.
Okay. Well, we'll see as soon as they show up, I guess. It's a very public place, all right. Thank you.
So you passed by a certain fountain.
They knew this was the last place I busked. That's what unnerves me more than anything.
They've been following you, or they've been speaking to your artist circle. It's pretty specific, though. Number one fan, they've been checking the TikToks. God, I'm out of touch.
TikTok? My God.
I don't know. Like, do people do videos on there of other people? Instagram, whatever, fan video, fan cam. That's a thing,
I
right?
don't
OnlyFans,
post
right.
I use
videos.
Byte exclusively. It's Vine's successor, you know.
Not assuming that you post videos of yourself, just that you know you have fans and stuff,
I
right?
try not to advertise where I'm going to busk because then it can get overrun and uncomfortable. So
If Sophia ran an OnlyFans account, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
That's how she pays for the fancy ass penthouse downtown.
well,
Ding.
Get the door.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so you arrive. I want to know where you are going. You're both familiar with the area.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that there's the fountain that is up at the kind of the peak of the hill that then slopes down towards the old port and the St. Lawrence River, currently with a humpback whale floating around in it, but not at
So
this
cool.
point.
Yeah.
And because it's one of the first sort of like truly hot days, there's plenty of people, even though it's only a Monday, milling around outside in this square. Where are you?
Probably would have had to park on some slightly. I would have paid for parking wherever the closest parking lot is, and I would probably then station myself hanging out. There's like a sort of statue or monument sort of on the upper hill section that often buskers will hang out near, unless that's exactly where Sophia had been busking, in which case she'd maybe hang out near the Ben Jerry's.
Okay.
Patches is gonna hang out near the Ben Jerry's.
Okay. Sophia?
Sophia's a little bit further down the slope, closer to the water.
When you, as you're walking around, you see that there's an Italian restaurant off to the side here with tables on the outside, and if you've ever looked at their menu, it's enough to make you just feel your wallet become lighter just by looking at it. It is the kind of place where an appetizer costs $30. Like, you know,
Best bruschetta I've ever
And the
had.
spaghetti factory.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
oh man, I want to go to the spaghetti factory now.
You ruined everything.
Basta.
So anyway, there it is, and you know, with $5 signs on Yelp or whatever the fuck it is, and there is a man who is sitting, and he's got a small espresso cup. He's sipping from it. This man is one of the most gorgeous men you've ever seen.
You know what I'm gonna ask, John?
His appearance is 7.
Fuck me! What a
We
hottie!
met somebody with beard.
He's dressed in a white suit. And he looks like, even though it's very hot, he looks cool as a cucumber underneath it. Except for his tie just is straight black, just set on all of this white as sort of like a statement piece. He's got a pocket watch that he checks occasionally and snaps it closed and slips it back into his pocket. His hair is very, very elaborately coiffed so that it is cascading down over his shoulder and just brushing over the top of his pocket square, also white, by the way, but with a different pattern on it, a different texture to set it aloft. And he looks very patient, very calm. He's not looking around, but you know in a second that this is the person who you've been asked to meet. There is, by the way, one other fae in the area. There's a satyr who is currently doing his best to try to play the garbage can. And he's doing a pretty good job of it, too. You know, like the kind of like found percussion sort of thing. And he's just, his hair is unkempt. Like, he very clearly does not really care that much about his outward appearance, or maybe it's a carefully created experience. But he's just giving some background rhythm to the day.
Well, I take many half seconds at this entire tableau and then head on over.
I should also point out he's wearing sunglasses.
Does the satyr have line of sight to where this other Kathleen is sitting?
Obscured,
Okay.
but yes.
Yeah, as far as I would think. Yes.
Are you trying to determine whether they're together?
Whether they could possibly be.
Cool. Roll me perception leadership, please.
That's a pull I think I haven't used.
Oh yeah, and as I'm walking over, I don't know if it's possible for me to do a roll and just try to
Like a forward roll?
Yeah, try to figure out like what
6.
his state is.
What do you mean by state?
What his emotional state is. Like if he seems on edge, if he seems calm.
He looks outwardly very calm, but you can try to get a better idea of it with a perception empathy roll. But since you're not speaking to him, you're observing him from a distance.
Yeah.
The difficulty is going to be 7.
Detail oriented?
No.
Okay, that is 6.
You are without a doubt positive that this satyr is not associated with this she, because the satyr seems kind of curious every once in a while looking over, but then like just doesn't seem to care that much. Yep.
Does insightful apply?
Yes.
Then 4.
He's slightly anticipatory, as if he's looking forward to something.
The pleasure of your company.
I'm gonna head on over.
Mademoiselle. Although I suppose that's not entirely accurate anymore, is it?
I'm soon to be Right. I'm going to be married in only a couple of weeks.
He stands up and executes a perfect low bow before stepping around to the table and pulling out a chair for you.
I will take the chair. Sit down.
I've taken the liberty of ordering you a beverage. I hope that you're all right with an espresso. I can have that changed if you need.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
I thought it might be appropriate for us to meet.
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance. I'm surprised we haven't met already.
I don't keep a very high profile here, I'm afraid. I'm Baron Velen. Velan.
Velan. Okay. Pleased to meet you. Lord Velen? It's Lord, right?
It would be Lord, yes.
Pleased to meet you, Lord Velen. I am...
The Lady Sophia, Aplium, soon to be Her Excellency, the Countess of Cross's Shadow.
My word travels fast.
I dare say that it is, in fact, the most interesting news that we've had here in quite some time. Also, as I understand, nuptials.
Yes. Yes, it's going to be a busy June.
Lord Zeron is quite an interesting person to choose. I must say that you have shattered the hearts of many across this entire country.
Yes, I know. I'll be carrying that burden for the rest of my life.
Well, let's see to it that it is an exceptionally long one. And a waiter comes by and places an espresso and a couple of biscotti are laid next to it, and he quietly moves away, although there's a little bit of like a... But he's too polite to gawk for too long.
I'm gonna browse the artist stalls that are in the middle of the,
Somebody offers to do a
Sidewalk.
caricature of you.
Please take it off.
If I can sit in a position where I can still see her, I would actually take him up on it.
Yes.
Let's see if you're lucky.
500 punchy punch points to whoever draws this caricature.
Yep.
Right? Then I will
Wait, how many?
take them up on it.
500.
It gives me an excuse to sit still and stare in one direction for a nice long time.
Trevok, I'm not making any pretense of pretending this is Italy. This is downtown Montreal, tourist central.
Yeah. Yeah, and espresso is like
Yes, he is she. He is an autumn she.
autumn she.
Oh. I don't know. Not sure why we're singing, but I'll take it.
I have lived here for many years, and you keeping a low profile, I'm still shocked that we've never crossed paths. Have you lived here long?
Oh, I've been here for 8 years, I believe.
And where were you before?
Well, that depends on the question. Do you mean where was I, or do you mean where was I, as it were?
Both.
I grew up here. Sheltered, as it were. My parents were quite strict. As I'm sure you can tell by the way that I speak. You wouldn't normally expect this of somebody who grew up here on this island in this country, would you?
Montreal is a melting pot. Nothing would surprise me anymore.
I crystallized 8 years ago. Right over there, actually. And he indicates down towards the water where the ports are off. The IMAX Theater and Science Center that's there.
Oh shit.
At the theater.
Yes. I was in the middle of watching a wonderful documentary that I cannot possibly remember. I only knew that it really affected me, and then there I was.
That's beautiful.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and as I sit in here and witness you, then I must say that if you say it is beauty, it must absolutely be so. Patches, could you roll me your... roll me a
Somebody gotta roll.
perception alertness, please?
Yeah. Thankfully, I have to do nothing but watch them. Detail oriented?
No, not for this one.
Div 6?
Yep.
6.
You see that there is a small chimera that's starting to scuttle across the square. This one looks very much like as if a bat and a cat got together. A very leathery looking cat with tiny little wings on it. Not like that cat. That cat is very poofy and not leathery
Poofy.
at all.
Anti-leather. And what's it up to?
It's just running across the square, just sort of like darting. Every once in a while it like nudges a piece of trash that's on the ground, but
Priorities. I stay focused on
okay.
Sophia. That's noted. So every once in a while, I will see if I can't spot it, and then go back to the...
To just track where it's going
Yeah.
and stuff. Okay. I do value my privacy. It has been quite some time since my chrysalis, and yet I still haven't quite shaken the feeling that I prefer to be in the company of a small group of people as opposed to large social gatherings. I'm sure you understand.
I am partial to large social gatherings myself, but I do understand the need to recharge one's batteries.
I meant no disrespect towards you, or in fact the parties that I am assured were the events of the season, depending
I
on...
will make sure that your name is on the guest list, and of course there's no pressure to attend.
I appreciate it. It isn't the sort of thing that I would normally partake in.
So when you, forgive my curiosity, when you chrysaliced, there were other Cathane nearby?
No.
Oh my goodness, really?
No, I fled for my life. I was chased by the most horrible things.
It must have been terrible, and there was no one around to help you. I'm so
No.
sorry.
No. I was there as a part of an experiment that my parents were trying to run to ensure that I could, in fact, spend time out in the open, as it were.
What?
Oh, I hadn't left the house until I was 10 years old.
Oh. And then the first time you did? Or one of...
No, this wasn't the first time. It was...
No, it was...
I had occasionally ventured out, and it was when I was 15 that this occurred. Chased down by these horrible, slathering beasts. It was really rather awful.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that alone.
Well, I took my time, and I hid, as I needed to, and then I found my home. An awful lot like Batman, actually. Are you familiar with Batman?
No, he's very rich and he lives in a cave.
I fell. I was running along the road and I fell into an open sewer, and I believed that that was it. Except instead of falling into muck and mire, I fell into luxury.
While you were down there, you didn't see a clown with a balloon, did you?
I'm sorry, I don't believe I got the reference.
It.
It what?
Clown's name is It.
The clown's name was...
Never mind. It's okay.
I'm terribly sorry.
It's all right.
Was this a what you call a pop culture reference?
I usually don't get the pop culture references, so I was really proud of myself to be able to.
Anyway, I fell and I found myself inside a place that was incredibly relaxing, freeing. It felt like home. And I've managed to carve out a small life for myself down there. It was as if the freehold was calling to me.
Well, that's wonderful. We should all find places that make us feel at peace.
I'm so glad you feel that way. All that I ask is that you do not interfere with this place of mine. We're a small community, and we like to stay out of trouble. We don't wish for any sort of publicity. We just want to be left alone. Do you believe that's possible?
When I am invested as Countess, my primary focus will be ensuring the safety of this county and that it thrives. My only quarrel is with those who seek to impede that. That doesn't seem to be like you, does it?
No, I wouldn't say that it would.
Good.
It has been such a pleasure meeting you.
I'm very glad to have met you.
Would I then offer my hand in friendship? While we're still equals.
Of course.
And he just extends a lovely manicured hand across the table.
I'd like to do a quick roll to see if I can detect any cantrips.
Sure, that's a perception canning roll.
Well, because that is a thing.
Patches, I'm going to ask you to
do have
roll
a
one more time, please.
I do have a specialty in cantrips.
Yes, you do.
Alertness still?
Does he wear any rings? He is not currently wearing any rings.
Oh, I'm gonna pick your brain as well, then.
Four
It's one
success.
success.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
1, 4.
4 successes? Okay, so for you, you do not detect any cantrips on him currently. For you, you can see that you are now not the only person watching.
Who else is?
There is a what looks like a homeless man who is sitting down towards the bench, who is absolutely watching him, and not in the way of like, I hope this person comes over here so that I can potentially get change. This person is observing them very closely. And when you see him turn his head left and right, you see that a woman who is currently enjoying ice cream
Yeah.
just outside the Ben & Jerry's is also keeping an eye on it. And a woman who is standing at the Mr. Puff's location, which is across the way.
so good. Okay.
The woman outside Mr. Puff's looks very no nonsense, almost jittery. The handshake goes off without a hitch. There's no cantrip. There's no nothing. Just I do hope that my associate did not worry you. You see, I spend time here. It's the one place where I feel like I can reach out and get some sun. And so I must say that my associates do the same, and one of them knew that you had been rehearsing here. Is it a rehearsal or is it a performance? I'm afraid I don't know. Oh, all right.
I don't rehearse in public.
I'm afraid I wouldn't know. There's so much I don't know.
Oh, you'll have to come and see me next time.
Patches, the homeless person, has gotten up off the bench and has started to shed some of the
Excess clothes.
some of like the excess blankets, which were kind of out of place already in a hot day, and is starting to head towards the terrace that
I'm
they're
gonna
sitting
pull
on.
out my wallet and hand the artist double what the fee was.
Oh, it's finished. And he turns the easel with a flare and pulls the paper off and hands it to you.
Wonderful. And like,
I'm not going to say what it is unless somebody wants me to, because if somebody is drawing this, then, you know.
yeah, I'm paying them
5,000
double.
punchy punch points.
My God, it's going up by factors of 10. Hold out for another 10, guys. 50,000 punchy punch points.
And I would like to quickly crease it and then do the thing where you rip the seam of a newspaper so that you can see through it.
Are you doing this in full view of the person who just finished it?
No, so I pay them.
Oh, thank you.
No, I like crease it as if I'm like gonna like put it in my pocket or something,
Okay.
but I'm walking away and then I'm gonna rip it just so that I can do the whole like
So cool.
peek through the newspaper.
Make little eye holes in it.
Just a little seam so that when you pull it taut, there's like a little gap.
Smart.
And make sure of being really excited about this picture.
The two women are now also starting to converge on the location.
Cool. Yeah, I'm headed in that direction too.
They're his associates.
Yes, you're right.
Probably.
They don't look to be Cathane.
More vamps.
No.
In the middle of the day,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
they just all have Fortitude 9.
Well, the ones that are left probably do, frankly. That's true.
Oh, that's why the guy was under all the blankets, right? Right?
Yep.
Portable shade.
They're known as chanties.
Yeah.
Oh, sea chanties.
And then the waiter comes back out. Although it's not the same waiter, but the same clothes. Can you roll me both your perception alertness at a difficulty of 9?
Oh dear, sweet mother Godspeed.
Wild.
Oh wait a minute. We fast forwarded through down.
Diff 9. I will spend a willpower.
Okay.
Will.
Wait.
Aw. Okay. Fine details?
Yes.
Detail oriented?
Yes. Which is essentially the same fucking
Yeah.
specialty.
Oops. 3.
Hold down
3
on the
successes.
specialties, baby.
3 successes?
Yeah. Sorry.
We're allowed to swear here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, right? Yeah.
That's 6 successes.
Okay. You notice that even though these clothes are on a different waiter than before, there's an exact same, very tiny, noticeable crease, which is underneath the left armpit, which is still there. This person has taken someone else's clothes and put them on. You notice, Sophia, that this has happened, and that that not only that, but this person also has a vague scent. At first, you think it's cloves, and then it's a more of a potpourri. There's a very specific scent, all herbal, around this person that does not match anything that is sold in this restaurant. Would you care for anything else?
Yeah, I'm,
No, I'm fine, thank you. I'm expected back.
No, I believe I'll settle the bill, please. You can place it on my tab. Thank you. I come here every morning. Feels good, bro.
Yeah, culpa.
So you were saying something?
I'm making it directly towards the terrace.
Well, I'll finish what I have here if you need to be going.
It was lovely to meet you, Lord Velen.
And you. And he stands up and, as a polite way to see you off. The waiter, however, is not leaving, is hanging around outside on the terrace, even though there's no one else here.
Oof. And so does the waiter look like they're just like staring at us, or are they trying to?
Yeah. Patches, you can move to whatever tactically advantageous position you choose because you scored enough successes.
I would like to go up to Sophia, if I can.
You would like to what?
Go up to Sophia.
So the terrace is actually fenced off. You'd have to enter the restaurant and go around, or you'd have to approach, but you would still have a barrier between the two of you.
Maybe if I see Patches coming, I'm gonna go to the oh my god, in the middle of the old port. I'm gonna go to the waiter.
Yeah.
Where are the restrooms?
They're just inside.
Could you show me, please?
And he leans over as if he's not actually sure, and then down that hall.
Thank you so much.
And I head into the restaurant.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same then. I'm gonna follow her into the restaurant.
Okay. As you're both in the restaurant, I'm gonna ask both of you to roll your perception alertness again.
Difficulty?
7.
I'll spend willpower. Detail oriented again?
No.
The bachelorette if you're dead.
2, 3, 4,
Good point. Good point. Can't have a bachelorette if you're dead.
7 successes.
Holy sh!
That's filthy.
5 successes.
Okay. You both hear two things as you meet just inside the restaurant. The first is you hear somebody falling to the ground, and then the second is you hear nothing. Not a sound.
Like, can't even hear my own breath.
Oh, no,
sound?
you can hear each other, but
Okay.
as in, normally when somebody falls,
Yeah.
it's not as if that's
Yeah.
it.
And was the fall from inside or outside?
Outside.
Are we finding out or are we getting out?
We have to make sure he's okay.
I'm going to.
And in saying we have to make sure he's okay, Sophia grabs Patch's arms and
Yeah.
casts a Beacon Shield on them both.
Patches is gonna hold the door to the restaurant and clack the latch several times as a bunk.
4.
She's gonna cast Wayfare with time to delay it.
Nice.
What Wayfare, though?
Flicker flash.
Okay.
On the two of them, with time, delay until. You can set a thing.
You can set a trigger. The
Yeah.
thing is, with Flicker Flash,
Yeah.
once you set the trigger,
It has
that's
to count
when
that
its
many
duration
scenes,
starts.
Yeah, or turns, yeah.
Oh, scenes.
Seems
shitty art.
useless. Yeah.
Totally useless.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. So what's my bunk?
We'll say 2 for you and for Sophia 2 as well.
Thank
'Kay.
you.
I will spend a willpower on this.
I rolled before learning of the bunk, so I did it as though it was none, but I'm happy with my roll, so can I keep it?
Yeah.
Thank you. It was 4.
4 successes. Okay, that's 4 extra health levels for you.
Thank you. 4 oaks.
1. That's it.
The old 4 oaks.
3, 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay, then that means that once your trigger goes off,
Yeah.
it will be 2 turns. Sorry, 1 turn.
Yeah.
It'll be so like you'll trigger it. Everyone gets 1 round up until it's time for your initiative to come up if you're in
Yeah.
combat, say, and that's when it will go off.
Oh, right.
You're casting it on both you and Sophia?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, what are you doing?
I'm going to one of the windows to look out. So that I can see.
The waiter seems to be picking up Velen off the wooden slats of the terrace.
I'm headed back out. I'm sorry, I totally did not write down the number of successes on that, Sophia. How many points?
4.
4, thank you. Yeah, I'm headed back out.
Okay, so you can see that as well. And seems to be lifting him over the fence towards the homeless guy and the jittery woman who are waiting to catch him as, well, not catch him, like it's a gentle lower. The fence is only like
Yeah.
waist high.
Stop right there.
All right. You want to get involved.
I follow her out onto the terrace.
You see that Velen's sunglasses are left on the ground, and he's just screwing his eyes shut.
I go to pick up his sunglasses.
So you're on the other. So like you're coming out into the terrace, and you're coming out of the restaurant.
Well, I had gone into the restaurant,
Yeah,
so
but
I'm
you
going
can either
back out.
leave. So you're going back out. You're going through the restaurant out onto the terrace, though. Remember that there's a fence surrounding the terrace. Okay, so
Yeah.
you come out, and there are sunglasses. They're nice, Dolce and Gabbana.
Nice.
Loot!
Loot!
That's about it.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh,
Real fast? What do you
Sure, but
think-
you have to use a wish to kill me. You have to get me to minus 20 hit points.
minus 20.
What's wrong with him? We can help.
We've got this. And he starts moving away.
I would like to roll to see
Yeah.
if he has the Baron's best interests at heart.
No.
You would have made me roll, though. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you have more than enough in your pool. No,
Yeah.
he does not. None of these people have his best interests at heart.
Leave him. We can get him proper help.
I'm an EMT. Not on shift, but I can still look after him. What's going on? Looks like he's fainted.
The waiter approaches and he's just got his hands out. He's approaching like the edge of the thing. You don't need to do anything.
Swore an oath.
Are
gonna
you
help?
like close to him?
Yeah.
or- Fuck it. That's
Attempt to
initiative.
dodge. Yeah.
Fight, fight.
It's been so long since we've been in combat.
Perhaps we'll have a Braum Ex Machina coming in here, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, seriously?
Off the Nelson column.
Been a while since we've fought with anything. Right?
Obviously, I can floss much better when I'm standing.
Plus a die. It's your dex athletics plus a die, right?
No,
Dex,
it's your wits,
alertness.
dexterity.
Wait, no.
It's your wits plus
Wits
your
dex.
dexterity plus 1 die.
Oh.
Have you been doing it wrong all this time?
No, it's just been like 10 sessions since we've had your roll initiative. which is like 4 months. I was like, it's 8. It's my addition. I just don't remember where that came from.
What is it?
So 11.
11.
15.
Hey.
Cool. Cool.
Oh.
28.
Oh.
This is a dexterity brawl. He's attempting to touch you.
Wait.
Dodge?
Wait.
Oh my god.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, if it is what I think it is, maybe not. Actually, it might just be like death touch or whatever. Is that a thing? Death touch.
In Magic the Gathering.
Death touch. Lead the way.
Oh,
Focus.
So
on
this
it.
is a. You're just straight up dodging. That's Dex Athletics.
yeah.
Okay, ready? Six
4
successes.
Okay.
You fall down.
Okay.
You drop to the ground. Your action will have to be to get up. They start carting him away. The other two.
Oh shit.
Stop him. Arrête-lui. Like, bilingual. Like shouting to the crowds.
Ooh, can I cast, I'd like to cast Elder Form on him, water, to make him slippery so they can't hold him as easily.
Okay. All right. I appreciate
no.
that.
I changed my mind. No,
Okay.
I don't. Water.
Let's do
That's
that.
the one
Okay.
I want.
Here we go.
All right, go for it. Trevoke, the waiter goes first. He plays a Black Lotus and then he plays a Mountain. Uses the Black Lotus mana and uses the Black Lotus mana to play Channel, and then uses the red to cast Carvex Torch to deal 20 damage. And it can't be countered because you have to pay an additional 2.
And I'm gonna cast Ensnare.
Cheap ass first turn. Dog.
That is a cheap ass first turn kill. Sorry, Kate.
I'd
What?
like to cast Ensnare on him.
You can't. Your action is falling.
Okay.
This is a supernatural.
Okay. Okay. And I take back my glamour.
Yeah, you can take back your glamour. You can totally do it next round.
Okay. Yeah.
That's 2 successes for me.
2 successes. So
Yeah.
you're specifically making him as water.
Yes.
Okay, well then they're gonna have to roll to see if they hold on to him, because now he is a slippery boy.
Whoa! Sliding around everywhere.
Okay, one of them loses. So the homeless guy loses his grip, and the other one manages to hold on to him tightly. But now that the weight has shifted and he's dropped her, she's no longer able to just completely scoop him up to run away.
Okay.
Round.
Uh,
My whole action is falling.
Well, your action was falling at that
Yeah.
point. That was one of them two. So then the fourth one has to act. So the woman who was enjoying her ice cream
Yeah.
runs over and she just grabs Patches on the ground and just leans in close, and you can feel heat and hurt and rage just emanating off her, and she just goes, "Stay the fuck down."
Is that an intimidation roll?
Yeah, you know what? Why not? Sure.
feel
What's your
intimidated?
willpower? It's pretty high, right?
8.
I'm gonna say that you can automatically resist that.
Okay.
She wasn't using any kind
Okay.
of supernatural
Okay.
intimidation
She
tactics.
just goes, okay.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding.
Not in this street. No.
No, that's fair.
That'll be round. Why am I rolling?
17.
12.
Cool. 12, your action to declare first.
Okay, so I'm out on the terrace still. I think I'm gonna try to run outside the restaurant.
You can just
so-
jump over the terrace. It's not a hard jump.
Oh!
It's a waist-high thing. You could just like,
Okay. I'm gonna jump over it and run to Patches. Don't know if that takes my whole action.
no. That would be your move. You can either move to Patches or you can move to Velen, but it's one or the other.
Well, now I'd like to cast Elder Form on him again, but as Earth to like.
So he turns into mud.
Make him as stone and really hard to pick up.
Okay. Patches.
She said stay down.
She said, as I quote, "Stay the fuck down."
Okay.
As
Meanwhile,
she leans
Braum.
over the fence, can I like put on my glasses, his glasses as like a bunk? So I'm like,
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
excellent.
Braum.
Too cool. Yep.
Kyoko spends a little bit of extra time in the shower after you're done.
What I want.
And you see the hunk of metal that is leaning against the wall of your bedroom, the one that Sophia pulled out of her dream, now has these strange flashes occasionally of different characters that are like psh, 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 just very occasionally flashing on the shield itself. And you notice that anything that the shield is touching is starting to freeze.
I mean, Braum's a little concerned. I'm really excited. Can I... Oh, she's in the shower. I'll,
Hey, babe.
Babe.
Hey, I
Babe.
just want to try something. And then I put the hunk of metal in the water and... No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Yay! Okay. I have questions for her, but I'm going to, in the meantime, I'm going to kind of examine it more closely, see if I can figure out what these flashing characters
As you
might
start touching it, like
Yeah.
it feels very cold on your hands.
Ah.
Very cold.
Ah.
Cold enough that you can't comfortably hold the metal.
Oh. I run to find some gloves or a towel so I can at least move it.
Also, are you still nude?
Sure.
Okay, so are you also going to get dressed, or are you just going to like risk leaning over a little too far and zoinking your snipper?
John, I'm tucked.
Oh, you're tucked. Okay.
Yeah, I'm tucked. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Because to protect against this kind of situation,
Cool.
I will put on underwear.
Kate.
Go on.
Down you say, and I'm going to use the drawing to smear a circle around me to create a portal passage.
Under you or under her?
Under me. I guess that would, like, it has to be like an actual straight line,
Okay.
wouldn't it? It would just put me into a basement instead of where I want to go.
Well, it would
Mine.
actually put you, yeah, it could put you in a basement or it could put you in a sewer.
Yeah, no, not helpful.
Super helpful.
I
Could be.
choose the left.
Because you can choose to not let someone else through.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Okay. Well, first she gets her
Smear.
action.
Yep,
She's just going to attempt to hold you down because she doesn't know what you're doing.
yep.
So this is essentially a grapple action.
Okay.
But your bunk, you're essentially relenting in order to take care of your bunk, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not trying to fight her off.
Yeah, exactly. As
Okay.
long as she's keeping me on the ground, I'm good.
So you are casting you're jumping over and you're casting the thing. The waiter is going to attempt to pick up Sophia and throw her into the restaurant.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since we've had some of this
My God.
trash and building action.
All right, here we go. Do you wish to abort to dodge?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Spend that willpower.
Right, so I spend a willpower.
Oh, we're also spending willpower.
No, it's
I have to do that to
abort.
abort.
your
Okay,
reservations.
and now I roll Dex Athletics.
Oh, that
Sorry.
sucks
Thank you. Oh,
for me. Not necessarily for you. Maybe for you. We'll find out after this. This is a dexterity athletics to dodge this.
5 successes.
That beats my 3. So he reaches out, and you can feel just the air get hotter as he moves so quickly in an attempt to wrap his arms around you, and you manage to, like, you can step a bit away so that you're out of direct contact. Patches.
I'm going to use Faye, and I'm going to allow Sophia and that satyr to use it if they wish to. What level is my bunk?
3.
And Baron Bell.
You destroyed recently created art.
Yeah, he was
True.
playing the
Oh,
garbage can.
bull! 1 success.
Okay, well then it'll last for 1 round.
Yeah, whatever. that'll
And
get
then
me
you
through.
hear off in the distance, "Oh, what the fuck!" And you just, and you are gonna roll your stamina, please, because you are taking some fall damage.
It's sewer if I can choose.
Your reservations.
Well, you're going
Yeah.
directly beneath you.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool. Well, I'm happy you're okay.
So that's 2
Don't get-
successes.
2 successes. Okay. You will not take any damage then.
Okay.
Not that you would, because you had the open
Yeah,
shield,
the
but
open
you
shield,
land
yeah.
directly on the side of a keg,
Oof.
Hey,
and you find yourself in the storeroom of this restaurant.
guys, we're doing restaurant fun.
And then you see as you're starting to run away that they're still trying to. Here, I'm going to see if they can maintain their grip on him because he's still water.
Slippery. He's a
You-
slippery boy.
Slippery boy.
He failed,
Oh.
and she.
Man, Braum.
Why am I rolling so shit? She failed. He
Wow.
falls to the ground, and he scrambles back up. But even through just his sheer liquidity, when he opens his eyes are burning fire. It is no, in a grotesque, fearsome way. Round.
John's dice can't handle the lube.
18.
15.
Did I leave my lube out? What? Okay.
Just incredible, Aragorn. Wow. But he's drinking it? I don't know. Been drinking out of
It
there.
was the bottle on camera. Like,
Slippery. Gross. I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
He starts running. What was your initiative?
15.
18.
Okay, you declare first, Liz.
Oh, I'm the lowest? Jesus fucking Christ. I wanna throw him his sunglasses as a bunk. So I take them off me and I go.
And like you hope that they just do this?
Yes.
Okay.
Or
fact,
that
what
he
they're
grabs
gonna-
them and then.
What they're gonna do is this.
Oh my eye. I don't know where the fuck Patches ended up.
What's your trigger, by the way, for your flicker flash?
Go. There's no place like home. I would
So
have whispered
specifically,
it to
if
Sophia.
you whisper or
It-
you whisper, there's no place like home.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But I should point out,
Yeah.
one of you does it, it activates for you both.
Both. Okay, that's fine.
Because it's one cantrip.
What's the deal if I'm like holding on to something while it goes off?
If it's your clothing or like your personal effects, then it goes with you. You can't hold on to a person and take them with you.
I'd love to know how they almost got away with little one then, like way back in episode 5, because they were disappearing with her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd love to-
She's not a person.
Oh shit! Okay, sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna transform him into a chimera.
Wait.
Chimera.
Wait. I have questions.
Yeah. Okay. Because I had always assumed that.
So you're throwing your glasses at him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For what?
I'm doing it as a bunk, but like, I'm trying to get it so that when I flicker flash, he comes with us.
Unless you can cast flicker flash,
I can't.
and he would have to know where you're going. Because remember that flicker flash, he gets to choose where he ends up.
I'm still thinking
I'm sorry.
Can I declare mine?
Yes, while she's thinking.
I would like to cast Windrunner on myself, which will activate next turn. And I will start fucking bolting towards the stairs, assuming I can see where there's stairs,
Which stairs?
to get out of the cellar.
Oh, right, because you're inside there.
Yeah.
I forgot where you were.
Otherwise,
You can fly up through the portal if you. It lasts for one round. It'll close after this.
Yeah, sure. Why the fuck not? I'm gonna like.
If your Windrunner goes off, like if you fail your
not
Windrunner,
Windrunner is what I had the wrong page.
Quicksilver?
Sorry, I wanted Quicksilver.
you
My
can't
bad.
jump that high
No.
then.
Yeah, I was like, really? No, I'm gonna. Sorry for Quicksilver. So I'm basically like giving myself a running start.
Okay. Liz.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to. So original. I'm going to cast Elder Form again. Trying to imbue him with air this time.
Oh my god.
So he's invisible and floaty.
He's gonna be so.
Avatar state,
Cool.
all the elements.
You do so. I'm going to say that you both succeed. Your Quicksilver. Well, no, your Quicksilver you'll have to roll because
Yeah.
the successes
What
matter.
was my bunk?
Just running towards the stairs. 1. There's no one here to see you.
She yells "fuck" really loudly up through the portal.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
Two successes.
Urban was convinced the pennies.
2 successes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then that's 2 extra actions next round.
Yeah.
Please write that down.
Yeah.
Because as you start to run, and as you do this, the other 3 werewolves, losing sight of them, shift to Hispo.
Oh.
No, not Hispo?
There was another thing I wanted to do on my round, but that's okay.
No, there's already enough shit going down. They shift to Krynos, surround you, and we'll end the
There's
session
no place
here.
like home.
You can't see this.
I know, but I fully
Alright.
intended to do it on my round
All right.
because I don't intend to flash home.
Holy hellfire.
Like in his eyes.
Stone isn't one of the. Well, Earth is. So yeah, Captain Planet. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I don't know how you'd send Heart after him. I guess you could use like Aphrodisia, or
Yeah.
so. Please
Right.
make sure that you mark that you have 3 actions on your next turn.
Yeah, I've got +2 actions next round trying to get Valen.
And you've called the-
There's no place like home. Triggering Wayfair. Yeah. 2.
Do something with this.
This better not fuck up my relationship with the guru. I need to invite them to my wedding. Fuck.
To be fair, we don't know where they're from.
Yeah, they didn't state themselves.
Alice, they
They
love
haven't said that they're guru yet.
True. Although
I mean, I just said that they shifted to
John
Krynos.
did.
I was
Well,
gonna say,
you
yeah,
know,
like
they'll,
contact
you know.
Maybe
last
they're Black
second.
Spiral dancers.
Yeah.
that would be bad.
Yes, that would be worse, I think. Because then if you're like, no, please don't hurt me, they'll be like, eh.
Stabberoni.
I like how Kung Fu Fenders just cuts to the quick.
That's what you gotta do. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Dropping my middle name here? What the fuck? What's
this
going
was
on, Lo?
very-
Why
think
is he in
Lo-
trouble?
I may be wrong, but Lo always goes for a different E middle name, and I'm wondering, just kind of hit on a
How did
random.
we not get bingo? My god.
Because I didn't draw my weapon in
Oh,
a fucking
stream
crowded.
cuts prematurely. No.
What
That's such a good
prematurely?
bingo square.
I feel like this was premature because
What prematurely?
The stream.
Cuts prematurely. Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't you say that like a classic Varel cliffhanger would fall under that category?
Jeff asks for confirmation for a PC's whiskey action. That's so good. Delicious.
Sophia claims someone has passed forgiveness. Crafting.
Gus.
I mean, I'm not bringing the spiral into it. You were bringing this. Never mind.
Spiral brought themselves.
Oh, we're so close. Yeah, but then that means you're rooting for tech difficulties. That's no good. Especially
Rooting
when
for
we're
it.
already doing this remotely.
Yeah, though
Okay, good.
they did fight a hive of BSDs. That is true.
Yeah, Liz, you try coming up with a 5x5 grid of weird things.
What do humans see when they look at Patch's weapon? Oh, Patch's weapon right now is in the shape of a box.
Yeah. it's
But
like-
if she-
It kind of looks like this beautiful thing, but like with the lid, you know? Beautiful, wooden.
But if
Box.
if she pops it out, it's a treasure, so it looks like a rifle.
Really
Yeah.
loud, sorry.
Sorry, everyone.
We're just too good at high fives.
It's time to find out who the play of the game is while we listen to what you 2, 3 have learned. Right, there's 3 of you.
Yeah, what? What?
Which of us
The
did
play of
we
the game's
forget?
vote starts now. Sophia receives a mysterious summons from a mysterious baron. Patches expertly balances the duties of nobility /spark /motley /knockerness, and Braum witnesses the rapture of his wife and then is enraptured by his wife before he can ask her about it. That's vote 0, 1, or 2 now. Lo, I'm not bringing Mokale into anything.
Mokale sounds like a delicious flavor. of ice
Mokale
cream.
are like where Godzilla's.
Oh, yikes. Okay, cool.
They live in the
Like-
ocean because they're literally too big to move around on land. Anyway,
Ooh.
yeah, look, that book's kind of fucked up. So, Kate, what did you learn?
Learned that that Patches and Sophia have an ever deepening relationship, and that Patches is super happy that Sophia was okay with whatever it is the Duke told her, and that Sophia chose to come to her when she was going to a shady interview. So, like,
I like that.
thanks, friend.
Liz?
Sophia learned from previous mistakes and and learned to tell Patches that she was going on a meeting.
Could have just been you, so that would have been worse.
I think her soon to be like responsibilities as countess is making her grow as a person.
And then Scott.
Scotty, Braum learned that Kyoko is sleep crafting something, and is doing something to this piece of metal that might be a shield. Who knows? But is it out of control, or is it functioning as intended? Who knows?
Well,
I guess I also learned that like Braum doesn't want to just like accuse his wife of like sleep coding for some reason. He feels really weird about it. He's like, you're doing a thing.
I mean, out of control, or did somebody execute the code without
Sure.
understanding it?
Uh-huh.
What does this button do? Boop.
I know what this button does. It gives Braum play the game.
What? My goodness
Point.
gracious. Point. Oh my. Well, thank you, everybody. Rapture. Then becomes enraptured. Okay.
Oh shit.
If there's a whale in the river, don't say it, Kung Fu Fenris. I don't want
God.
Beren. Berenville.
it. Not Rokea. Jesus. Okay. So we're going down the fucking rabbit hole here. So I'm going to ask just one question of each of you. Braum,
Yes.
do you think that what's happening is good or bad
When you say what's happening, can you be more specific?
with this thing with your wife?
Oh, bad. Good intentions. Bad process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sophia, so Liz, You are now at 4 glamour, which means that if you need to bust out dragon form, you can't cast any more cantrips.
If you need to bust a dragon.
Is this potentially a thing that you might have to do?
I mean, I might have to check my dross stash.
Oh, fuck.
Because I might have something in my bag that I haven't used from ages ago, but I don't know.
We do.
We might.
We all do.
Big ass jewel.
We have a thing. Yeah.
So I might consider it if I had dross. If I don't have dross, then probably not. Because I need to be able to cast fire. And you can only do that by spending glamours.
Kate, you are also you're down some glamour, but you still have over half your pool left. But I will point out that you have half your willpower is spent in 1 day. Has it been a rough day for Patches, or?
Certainly more eventful than she thought was already too eventful, considering she was supposed to maybe take a few days off after finishing the novel annex. Yeah. Wasn't anticipating combat in the middle of everything else. She's got a
That's
plan.
fair.
I will say, if this combat prevents Sophia from, like, getting it on with sweaty post-decathlon training Zeron, she's
Whoa.
going to be very upset.
Wait, it's a decathlon now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure, I was out pole vaulting, and then I thought that I might chuck a javelin or two.
Somebody euphemisms for his penis.
For vacate. Vacate.
It's this fucking helpful MacBook being like, oh, you must mean vacate. Derp, derp, derp.
You can turn that off.
Where? Tell me I hate
Well,
it.
I'm not going to tell you now on stream.
Vacate.
Oh,
Yeah, vacate.
Although she's fixing it now on stream, folks. She's straight up going for it.
I just assumed, like, because it happened on my iPad, I'm like, whatever, iPad's a mobile thing, it has autocorrect. Anyway.
Well, you know,
Oh, it's wild.
we do what we can.
Yeah.
Folks, I hear that there's some stuff going on.
During this time of continued being here at home, there will continue to be streams from some and or all of us. And if people would like to join me, the probe, Paul Prospero's Paranormal Probe, continues tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. What is Observer? Is the question he's been asked, and I don't think he knows. So we're gonna find out.
Is
what
this the
that's
same
like.
game or a different game?
Different game. No, Payne's Creek Killings solved.
Oh.
Like,
Was I the
80
killer?
You know, John, I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a hooded bald man with an axe, and it actually. So maybe. Guess what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Very spooky looking. Can't wait.
Liz?
We got more Drew Crew on Wednesday at 4. Then we have Punchy Friday at 6.
Yeah.
Kate, anything from you?
No.
Nope. I may be able to do RPG Clinic this week. I will find out. It kind of depends on a few things, but you'll just have to keep track. Where would you keep track about that? Scott?
Well, you could check Twitter, I guess. That's a decent platform.
Sure.
There must be another platform, though, that we use quite often to track everything that we do. It's Discord! You can
Oh,
join
yeah.
our Discord server if you're not already a member. Because it really is, I know we say it every week, but also it is actually kind of a really happening place. Every time I pop on there, people are posting cool photos and theories and
Most
crazy
recently, people have been posting photos of what they think Zeron and Granville look like.
And like, guys, I don't know how to say this. Like, not like attracted to men usually, but
And yet,
I just
Yeah.
That's appearance 7. That's straight up sheet level.
I mean, those are photos, and yet.
just saying.
So yeah, you can check us out on Discord. You know who else is on that Discord? Aragorn. She knows 10,000 things. Someone we have to thank, and also the Crosshair, who is not actually on that Discord that much. The Crosshair
Will be one day.
doesn't really do Discord,
Discordian.
but I wonder whether by the time you listen to this, episode 128 will have aired. I wonder. But I don't know yet.
Do it, Crosshair.
Yeah, you can do it. Thanks. There are now people who have been subscribed to us for 3 years.
Fucking hell.
3 years.
Yeah.
It's a couple of years, plus one.
Yeah.
Which is all kinds of cool. We're going to preschool soon.
And because I sorry to preempt you here, John. I feel like we should all we're so thankful as a team that for this continued support, to be able to do what we love and be able to share it with you guys and to have you like it as well is just it's so cool. And 3 years is like frankly a little overwhelming. It's a long time, and it's a long time to like
It's a bunch of time.
support the same thing.
Yeah,
barely
yeah.
support
Put it that
myself.
way, Scott. Then they're going to be like, you're right. Click.
Yeah. No, it's like a
Bounce.
challenge. It's like reverse psychology. Trust me, I got
I
this.
still
Are you
had pink
naming
hair
them?
at the beginning of Changeling.
Ugh.
Fucking nuts. A
Yeah,
lot
I
of time
had
has
short
passed.
hair at the beginning of Changeling. Sorry.
You have short hair 3 months ago too.
Look, we're just happy to keep going, and we can keep going. Thanks to you, we actually have that ability, which is pretty awesome, and we appreciate that. We appreciate you, and I appreciate them. But we're all going to get through all of this. Thankfully, we will not get through this without having changed. Change is happening. Change is good. And change, it's up and to the right. We'll see you next time.
We can't do crimes.
Bye.
Black Lives Matter. Trans rights.